All right. Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of Jody Does Weird Things on the Internet and somehow convinces other people to do them with him. For those of you just joining us that have never seen me do this before, this is an amazing, lovely group of people who have all decided to do a joke D&D campaign, which it's all about being funny and silly, and none of it is serious in any way whatsoever. The last time we got together, they fought people arguing over whether something was black and blue or white and gold. So that will give you an idea of the weird things that we do here. I am going to go ahead and start by letting everybody introduce themselves, starting with the one in the lower left-hand corner of the screen, playing the character Tyrion, Elias Thompson.
Yes, hello, my name is Elias Thompson. I am known on the internet for things, and I am playing the character of Tyrion, who is a human male fighter who fights when they fight him.
Very descriptive. Wonderful job. Much, much more than mediocre.
Thank you.
The next amazingly lovely cast member is R2, the dragon right now. So R2, go ahead and introduce yourself in character.
Hi, I'm R2. My character is Zaylee. I like to take long walks on the beach and slay undead. And, you know, my favorite spell is Hold Person. That's me.
It's a good spell to be favorited, to be sure. This is going to move over here. Sorry, I'm readjusting things so that my stream works the way I want it to. Someone that's the sound that my phone makes when people tweet me. So if you hear that a lot, it doesn't mean that these guys are like really good at finding secrets. It means my phone likes me. So,
but it also means we found the Triforce.
It's exactly what it means. Most definitely. Next up is going to be the illustrious and amazing Alia.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ilea, the Green-Eyed Trombonist, Green-Eyed T-Bone on Twitter. I'm going to be playing Cadence Hillhopper, a halfling bard, and I'm super excited because she just learned a really fun fire spell. So, yeah, stay tuned for that.
And as a DM, I'm worried, so...
It'll be fun.
Next, for those of you that have never met him before, he is an amazing, lovely, wonderful person. He hosts Hashtag Cocktails podcast, which I will admit right now I'm slightly behind on.
That's right.
The amazing, wonderful, classy Don Diego.
Thank you very much. As you said, I'm Don Diego, or as I'm known on the internet as Classy Don. I host the Hashtag Cocktails podcast. I play for a band called Warrior and also a side project called Anonymous Matter. And I just do fun D&D stuff on the side as well. I'm playing a Arakakra, or a birdman today. I'm a pirate arcane trickster by the name of Peregrino.
Yay! And then finally, all four of the people that have just introduced themselves. Hello, Katie and C2. All the people that introduced themselves thus far were actually in the last game that happened on International Tabletop Day. The next person has been gracious enough to join us and increase our numbers. He is the incredibly awesome, sometimes Master Smith, Gil Ramirez. So, Gil?
Hey guys, yeah, my name is Gil. I'm going to be playing a tiefling monk known as Memnos. And he was born in the shithole that is Reddit.
Very cool. You prepared.
No, I didn't actually. I just barely watched the last episode. I'm like, okay, I got it. Done.
Gotcha. That's all that matters.
Sorry.
So, yes, to kind of bring people up to speed, this game started as just kind of a joke I did for International Tabletop Day. The first year, we had a very cool cast of people, of which Elias and Don were two of them. And They started out in the city of Sigil. Sigil is a city of doors. It is very important in the Planescape campaign setting. It's basically this really cool city that the only way you can get in or leave is through the use of a portal. While they were there, they met up with a few other people that I actually can't remember their character names off the top of my head because I'm an awesome dungeon master. And what ended up happening is they met this gentleman named Ricardo. Ricardo would become a very good friend of Elias specifically.
That guy.
And Ricardo promised them fame and fortune and amazing adventures if he would just follow them. And he tricked them into entering the plane known as the interwebs. And as they fell through this portal that they were tricked from, they heard, "Never gonna give you up, never gonna," and I don't remember the rest of this. So they went through the interwebs, they fought some internet trolls. They went and were able to defeat the queen of the interwebs, Lol, and were able to come back. When they got back to Sigil, they were joined by Zaylee the cleric and Cadence the bard. And while wandering around Sigil, Tyrion decided that he needed to thank Ricardo for the lovely journey that he put him through. And after they went and found his secret hideaway hidehole, they were trying to get payment for their troubles from him. And these two blink dogs went and grabbed it and just ran off throughout the town of Sigil. And so they went on this massive chase where all of Sigil was watching these two random creatures just running around that no one can figure out why the entire city of Sigil was just focused on these two random animals that were running around. And they were able to catch them, and then as soon as they were done with that, they found out that while they were running and catching this thing, the city of Sigil had been plagued and thrust into this civil war. And they actually came upon two factions that were fighting against each other, that were trying to decide whether this mystical, magical set of armor was black and blue or white and gold. They were able to fight their way through Sigil, make it all the way to the holy sacred place where they were holding this armor, and found out that Ricardo had accidentally tried to sell a mystically enhanced magical armor that turned people crazy. So they were able to destroy the armor. They captured Ricardo and decided to let him pay for his crimes. And they took him back to a local tavern they had been in, where they let people bid on who would get to do whatever they wanted to Ricardo. In an incredible showing of just overall love and affection, the tavern banded together and gave Ricardo's son the money to buy his father so that they could be together again. And it was very touching. While all of this was happening, they actually found what was called an unstable portal key. This is a key that you can put into any lock, and it will turn that doorway into a portal, but you won't know where it's going to take you. And it'll never take you to the same place twice. So that's kind of where we left the party. And yeah, isn't that cute? Aww. And I actually just realized that my monster manual is behind me, and I'm going to need it to kill these guys. So the rest of the party can kind of talk about the things that they were doing in the interim of everything that was going on. So go ahead and talk amongst yourselves for a few moments while your unprepared DM gets his stuff.
Cadence was super upset because she wanted to kill Ricardo after we sold him off, and no one let her do that. So she has been drinking.
Paragueno, on the other hand, was very happy with the profit they made off of selling Ricardo. So he's been just walking around, maybe drinking a little bit, but this is out of celebration.
Okay.
And I have been chilling in Sigil like a boss.
Zaylee, I've been helping out at the local temple, doing my thing, random acts of healing, things like that.
Very cool.
I'll
Humanism,
just
right?
finish on the scene.
So, now that I'm back and actually have my monster manual, a few weeks have passed since the incident that took Sigil into turmoil. And again, you guys have been doing all the stuff that obviously I was listening to when I was off camera, because any good dungeon master would always listen to things like that. And you guys have kind of calmed down and recovered from the strain that was that incredible incident, and have decided that you need to do some more adventuring. You're adventurers. You need some adventuring. And Tyrion, still holding the unstable portal key, decided, we've got this really cool key. What the hell? Let's give it a shot. And as you guys are finding a random doorway, because it'll work in any doorway, and Sigil is the city of doors, there's lots of them. You are approached by the top of a head. There we go. Now the rest of his head. You are approached by a tiefling with horns and wearing dark clothing, I'm assuming, that kind of sees you guys, obviously doing something, and says, that.
What are you doing?
We're about to go through this portal, friend.
Are you sure that's wise?
Wise, maybe not, but profitable, most likely.
It'll be fun.
Sounds good. Count me in.
I'm sorry, do you have a name?
Yeah, you'll figure it out later.
How about we figure it out before we decide you can come with us to Endor to anywhere?
Fighter, Tyrion, first. There's an entrance fee to joining our guild. Did you not know about that?
I didn't know, because that's completely and utterly false.
What are you talking about, man? Now, good friend without a name, just a simple 15 gold, handed to me personally, and you can join us on our next quest.
Do you like beer?
I'm more the hard alcohol type. Mead for me.
That's alright. You can join us as long as you like the alcohol.
I have no problem with you joining us, just as long as you don't give 15 gold to Paraguino.
I will not. I will leave with my horns here just for a moment. Yeah, my name is Memnos. You may call me Memnos. Memnos, the fresh maker.
That rolls off the tongue, Memnos.
So, as you guys are having this conversation, Tyrion decides, we have another party member. That's never a bad thing, right? It's not like party members ever betray each other. That would never happen.
No, never.
So, Tyrion goes up to the door that you're standing in front of, and he places the key in the lock, and you all can immediately feel the power of magic start to just fill the area that you're in. And then you turn the key, and you notice that the door itself starts to shimmer and shine, and slowly it is basically kind of overtaken by this bright light. And the doorway itself disappears. Elias pulls the key out, notices that the key is actually still there, which he's happy about, because, unstable portal key, kind of useful. And one by one, you guys kind of look at each other and step through the portal, hoping that it will not bring you to the interwebs like the last time you stepped through a portal. So as you guys step through this, a weird sensation kind of flows through your body. You feel weightless and kind of, beingless. You just kind of exist for a moment. And then you instantly become aware that the air around you has changed significantly. And you step through and you come out to kind of an idyllic little village. It's actually technically a fairly large village, not quite like super city size, but it's big enough to have a wall and lots of people in it. You notice that there's green grass everywhere. It's a nice kind of temperate. You can see the sun is shining, and it's just absolutely a very nice, lovely place. You can see from where you are, you've actually just stepped out of just an archway. It's not even a building, just an archway into the city. Which is kind of unique, the fact that, you didn't step through a door as much as just a portal. So now you guys can see from where you are, you're on the very edges of this city, just barely inside the walls of this, decent-sized city. The city size keeps changing as I realize how much I have to do in this city, so... sorry, I'm organizing my dice. So, what would you guys like to do? You're in a brand new place. The door behind you, the portal, as you all step through it, slowly kind of fades to the point where you can actually see through, and you are now in this new area.
I bring out my compass. Where's north?
North is north of you.
Ah, okay.
You notice that from looking at your compass, you notice that you've actually entered the city from what looks like a small archway in the west of the city. So you're entering the city from the west. But, the world that you're on has a magnetic north, so that's a big deal.
Do we see people? Can we identify any of the races or anything like that?
Where you are now, you can see people further off. You don't see anything that really jumps out as remarkable. You see some humans walking around, an elf or two. You're not seeing any of the kind of more sinister races that you're used to seeing in Sigil, like the Githyanki. You don't see any mind flayers walking about or anything like that. Obviously, this city is probably a little bit safer than Sigil was.
Let's go look around, guys.
I was going to say, we're going to move in?
I run towards the people.
You run towards the people. So you head off at a brisk pace. You kind of wander around, and you actually come to a market center. You notice it's an opening where you can see different stalls set up. You can see some larger stores are kind of all around here. You've obviously come to a center of commerce. Is there anything specific that you're looking for, or
Shiny things.
shiny things? There's lots of shiny things. You can see there are people selling jewelry, and there's people selling foodstuffs and fish. You can see in the back of this area, the opposite way that you entered from is a place that has just this massive smokestack behind it that just has all this smoke billowing out of it, and you can see a big sign on it that shows a hammer and sword. You naturally assume that's some sort of smithy. Memnos is intrigued.
I would love to go to the jewels right now and let my hands wander.
So as Gwen approaches the jewel seller, you are instantly almost verbally assaulted with this sales pitch of, "Oh, you have come to see my amazing and lovely jewelries. These jewels have been collected from all over the multiverse. I have amazing sapphires from Sigil. I have the illustrious emeralds from the Feywild. What would you like?"
Friend, I would love for you to tell me what your finest and most expensive jewels are. Point them out, actually, if you could, please.
He goes, "Ah, I see you have excellent taste. Well, then
That's
you
what
will
I
you will certainly want to view this." And he brings out this incredibly ornate necklace that you can see just sparkles and shimmers with the most collection of shiny objects affixed to one piece of anything you've ever seen. They're a rainbow of colors.
I wander over when I see the rainbow shining.
And Cadence comes over, and you're seeing just this rainbow, and he's sitting there and he's like, this is an amazing thing. It was recovered from the ruins of Castle Neverwinter after its destruction during the Spell Plague. This is the single most valuable item I have. And the history contained within it makes it almost priceless.
Almost.
And so at this point, I'm walking over there just to make sure they don't try any crap.
And I'm joining him.
Okay. Memnos, are you kind of just wandering behind, or are you...
I'm looking. I'm amused, but I'm going to stay back about 10 feet.
Okay.
Or so.
Not a problem. So, as he sits there, he's like, obviously, something that is so full of amazing riches and history, I could not afford to let go and leave my presence for anything below
2 gold.
50,000 gold pieces.
Ooh, 50,000 gold. You know what? Let me consult with my crew, and then we all huddle in?
Sure.
Okay. All right. This is all in whispers. Somebody needs to distract him. I'm gonna steal it.
What?
Go ahead and roll me a stealth check, Gwen.
Okie dokie. First roll.
See how quietly you are speaking.
16 plus 9 equals 25.
You are speaking just barely above a whisper, and due to the noise of the marketplace, you're fairly certain, or at least you think you're fairly certain, that no one has overheard your rather obvious decision to steal something valuable.
So he says that, and I reply with, no.
But it's so pretty. It's shiny and it's rainbow colored. Much better than that armor from before.
This piece looks like someone tried to overcharge and imbue the piece with so much magic and failed hard.
I don't care if it's overpriced. Something acquired for 0 is an infinite profit.
But
Yes?
why? What are you
Because
going to do with it?
I intend to sell it.
For
Look.
50,000 gold pieces.
I could sell it for 100 gold pieces, as I
Don't
said.
sell it. Keep it. It's so pretty.
As you guys are having this conversation, the merchant himself at first seemed kind of interested in the fact that you guys were, there. But another person walked up, and you notice he's actually already gone into his sales pitch. You notice that while the sales pitch is going on, he reaches for the same item and starts talking about it to this gentleman as well. And he seems intrigued. The gentleman himself is wearing very fine robes. Due to the fact that his skin is very, very fair, and you notice that his hands have no calluses, you assume he's not a man of combat. He's obviously lived in privilege for a fairly long time. And he seems absolutely intrigued by this exquisite piece of art.
Can we tell what they're saying? Can we hear?
Go ahead and roll a perception check, since you guys were kind of huddled and far away. See how much of the conversation you can pick up.
14 plus 6, 20.
All right, you can hear everything. You notice he's going through the same pitch that he gave you guys. It's like, oh, this amazing thing recovered from the ruins of Castle Neverwinter after it was ravished during the Spell Plague. 50,000 gold pieces. And you notice that the guy, who obviously frequents the market on a fairly regular basis, kind of looks at him and goes, 50,000 gold pieces? That's an awful lot for a simple necklace. Obviously taken without permission from the ruins of a destroyed city. I would not be able to spend any more than maybe 2,000 gold pieces. And you notice the haggling start to begin.
During this, can I interject and go, excuse me, does that ruined city happen to have more gold and gems?
And noticing that you're interrupting his haggling process, he kind of turns to you and is a little bit sterner. He's like, well, the spell plague happened many years ago. I was able to get in there and help with the relief efforts, and I was able to get in early. Now that it has been many years, this is probably one of the only relics that have not been recovered by more unsavory types.
That's most fortunate that unsavory types don't have all the relics.
Yes, someone is with a moral compass as exquisite as my own. I was lucky to be able to get this in the hopes of just preserving some of that history. Obviously, and as he says this, he kind of turns over to the person that's haggling with him. He's like, obviously, something this exquisite, not much history that I saved from the clutches of rogues and thieves trying to plunder it from destruction would make it that much more valuable. But I understand. Obviously, we all have things and bills to pay. Perhaps I could let it go for a measly 49,000 gold pieces. And you notice that the bartering is not going very well in his favor, but he seems hook, line, and sinker, like just attached to this item.
I'm going to go ahead and roll an insight check.
Go for it. What are you? Who are you insight checking?
The actual value of the price. So I'm checking the vendor.
Yep. Go ahead.
That's a 4 plus 2. And that's 6.
So looking at it, you notice a lot of them are really, really sparkly, and you're fairly certain that they're worth probably twice or 3 times as much as he's offering to sell it for. So
I'm going to roll that same check just because I'm also curious.
go ahead.
My dice will stay on the table.
That's expensive. But worth it?
What was your roll, Zaylee?
Plus I'm finding inside. Yes. 17.
17. So you're looking at it, and you notice that the stones that are inlaid on this are the equivalent of bedazzling stones that have been haphazardly kind of attached in a way to make them look expensive. You notice that the gold kind of filigree that it's inlaid in isn't any sort of precious metal that you are familiar with. It just looks really shiny. It might just be highly polished like brass, for all you can tell. Without being able to get closer, you can't really tell much more beyond it does not look very valuable at all to you.
Okay. So it's like cheap costume jewelry.
From what you can tell, yeah. You're actually a little bit impressed with the fact that this very expensive looking person is even considering it. Obviously, this guy is a salesman. However, Memnos, you still think it is super awesome.
Oh, that is shiny. Aaron, buy it.
All that glitters is not gold.
I just want to see you bring out 50,000 gold pieces.
Alright, so I've returned to the company and I'm asking them, what do you think we should do with this? Should we allow this man to have this, to me, this valuable good?
Yeah, no one else other than Zaylee thinks anything other than this is awesome, and it's a steal at that price.
Honestly, I've seen better craftsmanship.
Can I, yeah, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
You're saying something.
Oh, I was just saying. That's all I was just saying. Honestly.
You've seen better craftsmanship.
I totally forgot.
That's a lawful neutral.
That's what I am.
But guys, it's so shiny.
So shiny. Oh.
I was gonna ask if I can also roll the insight really quick.
Sure, if you want to kind of look and see what you can tell.
And it's a 20, right? D20.
Yeah, that's a D20. That's the one that's got any numbers higher than 12.
I gotta be 30. You can't really say that.
If you start rolling like 72s, I'm gonna start figuring something's up. So what'd you get, Tyrion?
10 minus 1 is 9.
So again, you're sitting there going, guys, this is a pretty good, this is a long-term type investment. Like, this is putting our money in something that won't devalue.
Okay.
Okay.
So-
Well, I'll join the insight check stuff too, just because. Which was complete crap. So I got a 7.
Yeah, you guys are just like, this is awesome. In your minds, this is the greatest deal ever. You are just so ready to lay down the money you don't have for this.
Well, I don't even care about the money. I just want it. Gwen, do your thing.
Okay, so Zaylee says that, and I turn. I'm like, what are you talking about?
That's cheap costume jewelry. That's like
No.
that's
No.
You want to see real jewelry? I pull out my holy symbol. I was like, do you understand that this is made of pure silver? That is made of brass. This is worth 4 times as much as that.
But it's so shiny.
Okay.
And
So
so is freshly made dung.
I got it.
You have inspiration, Zaylee. That was amazing.
All right.
Aragueno, you were saying?
I understand, but the way I see it is this: if it can fool 4 smart, clever individuals such as ourselves, it can fool many more. So whether worthless or worthwhile, if we acquire it, we can resell it. That, or we should follow this gentleman who seems to be of good means and status and find where he gets his money as well.
I would probably venture that this man has more shinies than this man peddling junk.
I was gonna say, this is the first stall we came across. There's others down the line. This is the first one.
So as
Yeah,
you guys are kind of discussing this and trying to figure out what to do, you can you kind of start hearing the conversation because it's getting a little bit more heated over there, and eventually you hear, "Fine, fine, you wound me, sir. I will not be able to feed my children. All 17 of them. They will go hungry because of how much you are stealing from me, but I will allow you to purchase this for the measly 30,000 gold pieces that you have offered me. All right, but please, 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 don't show it to me. It hurts for me to lose so much on such an amazing item." And you notice that he just starts actually drafting up a note that he gives to him, and you notice that he kind of snaps his fingers, and 2 very large gentlemen in full plate armor, wielding these wicked-looking swords on their backs, come up, and
Can I say something while this is happening?
yeah, go ahead.
Seeing him initiate a purchase and not knowing any different, I'm gonna turn to Zayla. I'm like, if you honestly think this guy is getting ripped off, he clearly looks like someone who could be an ally. Maybe we should warn him that this might not be what I think it is, and that he obviously thinks it is.
Sure. I mean, it's only right. I don't.
You've just had a great idea, apparently.
It's only right. I want to get involved.
as you guys are, kind of discussing this and discussing what you're going to do, the large guy comes over, and the merchant actually puts it in a very nice ornamental bag and hands it to this very large refrigerator-shaped gentleman, and he turns to leave, and you notice that the other gentleman comes up and just very quickly they have a very short conversation where he mentions, take this note to, this bank and they will reimburse you the amount and blah, blah, blah. Obviously, transactions like this have happened a lot for this particular merchant, so he seems and he takes the paper and he sequesters it away in a pouch that next to him and goes back to trying to swindle more people.
I say we follow him.
You follow the dude that just bought the necklace?
Either.
Because the merchant's not going anywhere. He has a stall and he's selling shit.
No, I meant, either the guards or the person. Yeah, that's what I got.
So as
I'm
all,
more interested in guards, actually, the fact that he had them.
you want to say that again, Memnos?
Oh, I said that I'm more interested in the fact that he had 2 large guards with him.
It's fairly common for people of means when they're traveling in like lower areas of the city to go with kind of retainers, and a lot of the time they tend to be people, especially someone who's never been in a battle before. They tend to be people that can defend him. So it's not that bizarre to see someone of wealth traveling with guards in an area like this. Even with it being a nicer city, obviously this is not the the wealthy part of town. This is a open air market, so it's maybe a little bit weird in a town as safe as this one is, as you guys assume. It's not outside the realm of reason. And if he's throwing around 50,000 gold, or even just 30,000 gold pieces for jewelry, obviously he has disposable income.
Again, justifying why I want to follow him.
So, what would you guys like to do?
Well, if Peregrine's going to follow, I'm going to kind of just tag along.
Stealth. Let's creep.
All right. So,
Well, with 2 guards on his side, I doubt that's going to be wise.
well, due to this being a very public place,
Yeah.
stealthily moving through the crowd is going to be a little bit different because there aren't really shadows that you can hide behind. However, having been in cities before, you know that following someone through a crowd is much more about looking inconspicuous than trying to be invisible. So anyone that would want to attempt to follow him is more than welcome to use either their insights skill or perception to try and weave through the crowd in a way that does not seem obvious that you're going in the same direction as this person to follow them.
Up to you.
I mean, I'll give it a shot. Is there anybody going to join me, or am I just going to be doing this on my own here?
I'll join you. It seems like it'll be fun.
Because splitting the party is always a good idea.
Yeah.
I'll go
Well-
with you just to make sure, nothing happens and I can bail you out afterwards.
I'm going with the group.
All right. So, perception or insight checks from everybody.
I got an 18.
All right.
Ooh, I got a natural 20.
All right.
Save that for battle.
I know, right? It'll never happen again.
I did say I was hanging back, right?
What?
I did say I was hanging back because I rolled a natural 4.
Oh. So yeah, you're a little bit behind the rest of the group.
I rolled a 5 plus 2 perception for 7.
Okay. Tyrion and Memnos are kind of both there, and you both are just sitting there and like pointing at him and going, "That's the one we're following, guys." Gwen.
22.
22. So, Cadence, you're pretty good at just kind of wandering around and just keeping him in peripherals. Zaylee and Paragueno, you guys have made friends with some of the locals, and you just keep shifting from group to group that's in that general direction.
And every time they turn around, can I just bow my head like this real quick?
Sure. 100. That is absolutely fine. And the people around you just naturally assume you're praying to some god and think nothing of it. Because you're so good. You find out that the city that you're in is actually called Seraphim Orchard, which is a nice, interesting name. You find out some other weird stuff, like the city itself is fairly idyllic, has some history of monsters and stuff showing up randomly, but it's been literally centuries since that happened, and so
Seraphim Orchard, I got it.
Yep. I was hoping you would. The rest of the group will slowly dawn. And everyone else is like, wait a minute. So as you guys are going, again, Memnos and Tyrion are just like, that one right there. Does everyone realize that's the one that we're following? Him. The one with the big fancy robes. And which is really weird for a tiefling to just be sitting there, trying to sulk in the shadows, going, totally, that one right there, horns. As this is happening, you guys instantly feel just like a chill run down your spine, and you kind of look around, and you notice that everyone in the vicinity, you assume, had the exact same feeling, because you just see like a shudder go through everyone that you can see. And you notice that the sky above you, which up until now has been this really, really nice, sky blue color with just a few clouds dotted in there, just very, very nice. You notice that these dark gray clouds just start to appear everywhere and completely cover the sky itself. And you can see just like little bits of lightning kind of jumping between the clouds, and it seems very, very weird for a lightning storm like this to just happen suddenly. And above the city, you guys start to feel the hairs on the back of your neck start to stand up, and you guys can... What?
I go down.
You go down. You just hit the ground. Okay, so you are now prone.
This is weird.
And you start twirling in a circle.
Twirling in a circle. Started saying, if all the raindrops were lemon drops. And while this is happening, you guys can feel just that overwhelming feeling you get when powerful magic is being cast. And you see in the sky above the city this image get projected of this woman who is wearing just incredibly strange clothing. It's a robe that has these just kind of horns going out the back, and you can see she has this massive, massive staff that ends in a giant circular hoop with a large red orb kind of attached to the side of it. And she sits there and she goes, ah! After 10,000 years, I'm free! It is time to conquer this planet! And enough. And as you guys see this, you start noticing magic start to shimmer into forms around you. And it was supposed to be. You start seeing these things that look kind of like zombies just kind of appearing in random places around the market and down alleyways and things like this. And you notice that these zombies are moving very differently from you're used to seeing zombies. Normally they kind of just like hulk around and they'll try and grab onto people. These are like they're moving very quickly, and they're jumping off each other and doing somersaults and flips. And go ahead and everybody roll me perception checks real quick.
Oh,
I rolled a natural one, which makes sense because I'm on the ground.
Yeah, you don't even realize people are there.
Natural one.
You two are so focused on the giant picture in the sky. Well, you're focused on the ground because that's.
I'm on the ground.
Yeah, you're just. It's really nice. Like the cobblestone work there is exquisite.
Oh,
But Tyrion, you're just like, wow, that was really cool. I've got to get one of those for my, my castle at home. Everybody else?
I got 12.
12. Okay, Zaylee.
25.
Peregrino is just on it.
11, so
You're
I'm
on 11.
still twirling.
Remarkably enough, it's actually not that difficult to hear that these zombies are not making the regular sound you're listening to, like the. They're just wandering around and they're making this bizarre. Wherever they go. And they turn to you, and you notice that they're just starting to randomly attack people. But they look at you guys and notice that you are, you guys are a little bit heavier armored and a little bit more prepared, and they just kind of focus on you guys. And I would like everyone to go ahead and roll for initiative. And I actually have to get to the spot where I have all my cool stuff written down.
Do you need any music for me at the moment during the battle?
Not yet. I will tell you when the music is necessary. I promise.
My first crap roll of the night. 8.
Open this up real quick.
Well, my total is 5.
Excellent. Give me just 2 seconds here to get everyone's names down.
So this is going really well.
Yeah, I wish I had played my ranger.
All right, let's start with Tyrion. What'd you get? Now that you're muted. Can't hear you.
12.
No. There we go. Zaylee, what is it again?
I got a 12 as well.
All right. Cadence?
dang it. The new guy is going to go first. I got
Peregrino?
22.
Oh, he's 22. Thank you.
Yeah.
Memnos?
No, I'm 22.
Oh, you're 22. Sorry.
Oh.
Gwen! What do you got, Gwen?
Dude, I got an 8.
You got an 8. You guys are doing awesome. I might actually be able to attack before, things happen. I should probably open up the monster manual to the...
I got 22.
And you'll do fantastic.
Yeah.
Good
That's the wrong
job.
one.
Good luck. Enjoy that fight.
Yeah, everyone else is like, yeah, have fun with that.
Well, here's a funny thing. I don't know the abilities of the rest of the party. Technically.
And let's go ahead and roll.
And
Wow.
you're prone. You got the highest number and you're prone.
Oh, yeah, well, I can get up.
All right, so
Great.
first up, these zombie-like creatures are super, super fast, and I rolled the only nat 20 I will roll the entire game. And so they immediately start rushing at you. You notice that right now there's about 6 of them nearby you. But they're kind of, there's so much going on, you're not sure if that's all that there are around you. So, the first one comes up and goes directly to the heaviestly armored person, which is the cleric with her lovely holy symbol. And I have to actually look what they do. There we go, okay. And comes up and actually just takes 2 punches right at your face. And that's a nat 1 and a 2.
Okay.
So you could ignore those punches.
And they can take 1d8 of damage because I have the war domain.
All right, and so they both go ahead and roll damage for me.
Sure. Hold on.
Trust me, you want you to roll damage. I'm just going to let you guys know. You don't want me rolling damage.
5.
5. All right, so they both take 5 damage.
Tempest, not the war domain. The Tempest.
I was about to say, I believe that's Tempest, but whatever. You can do whatever you want.
Right. It's the Tempest domain.
They seem almost unaffected by it. Like they seem like they really weren't hurt. The rest of them are coming. I'm just going to start rolling because there's lots of them. One for each of you guys, and then 2 actually on Zaylee because she looks tough. That's going to be... I got 14 for a low. I'm assuming that's a miss. Zaylee?
Yeah, that's a miss.
Okay, but 22 is a hit, right?
Yes, that hurt. That kind of hurts a little bit.
All right, so you take D8 plus 2. Really? We're going to go 3 bludgeoning damage. Plus, as they hit you, you notice that they have sort of an evil energy about them, and you take an additional 12 plus, an additional 12 necrotic damage.
That's amazing.
And everyone else gets attacked as well. We'll start with Tyrion. 6 is going to miss, but a 23 will hit, correct? You are still muted.
How do I figure that out?
There's a little icon on the screen that shows a microphone with a slash through it.
No, not that, if it hit or not.
Oh, your armor class.
Oh,
It's based on your armor class. I will guarantee your armor class is not that high. I made the character. That's 12, 15, 17 total necrotic and bludgeoning damage. Next up is Cadence. Another hit and a miss, because I keep rolling 19s and like 2s every time. That's a grand total of 13 plus 2, 15 bludgeoning and necrotic damage. Paragueno. 16 hit you? Or 15 hit you?
15 is just my armor class, yeah.
Alright, so that does hit. So you actually get hit twice.
What can I do? Don't I get Uncanny Dodge?
Uncanny Dodge. Is it listed on your character sheet?
That is correct.
Alright, do you know what Uncanny Dodge is?
If I remember correctly, because I haven't looked at the rulebook in a while, don't I get to add one of my dex bonuses to my AC?
I actually cannot remember off the top of my head, so I'm going to look it up. But let's say yes. You dodge out of one of the ways.
Okay.
The other one is a 19, so I sincerely doubt you'll be able to miss
You
that.
kill me then. You got me.
I rolled really poorly, though. So that's 7 necrotic and bludgeoning damage. And then Memnos. 21, I'm assuming, hits. Man, high and low every single time. 7, 8, 9 plus 2, 11 necrotic and bludgeoning damage.
But the other one misses, correct?
The other one misses, yes.
I'm going to go ahead and use where is it? If I can find it. So good about having a new character that you don't know where the hell everything is. Okay.
Are you talking about infernal something? It's a.
I'm going to go ahead and patient defense.
Patient defense, okay.
Dodge as a bonus.
However, it is not your turn, so you can't use. You have to use patient defense on your turn. It's not a reaction, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's something you have to use during your turn. However, you are the next one up, so go for it, Memnos.
Okay. Well,
You had a dude right in front of you. I think Hurick is discovered my plot.
Let's see here. Okay. Going for monk. And I'm going to go ahead and cast darkness.
Okay. And where are you going to cast it? Near you? Far away from you?
I believe casting darkness is a
It's an action. It burns 2 key points.
yeah, 2 key points, right?
And you cast it on a location, so you can pick the location.
I thought it was centered around you. I'm trying to
No,
look for it
darkness
now.
actually, you can cast it on a location within range, so you don't actually have to cast it on you.
The monk might be different.
Nope, I play that monk, you can cast it.
Okay.
I've got a level 8 version of that monk and have been using that extensively.
Gotcha.
So you can just cast it on the location you're at right now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah, I'll do it. I assume that the rest of the zombies are going to be in that area as well.
Yes, as well as your party.
Correct. I'm aware that everyone has torches, I hope. Yep, I will do that.
And you are now blind.
I'm not.
Yes, you are, because dark vision does not let you see through magical darkness.
But, okay, hold on, hold on.
The darkness spell you cannot see through unless you can see through magical darkness.
Hold on here. Darkness, dark vision, cast dark. Oh, okay, dark vision. I have to cast dark vision. Gotcha.
Even with dark vision, it just gives you normal dark vision. You can't see through this without a special skill that lets you see through magical darkness. You are blind while you are in darkness. It's one of the trade-offs of having the ability to blind everyone in a 30-foot sphere.
Oh, I see. I thought this was completely different than...
Unfortunately not. Good try, though.
Okay. I will not cast darkness.
Alright, so you're still flat on your face.
Instead, well, I would probably go ahead and make a different type of monk, but I already chose dark shadow. So I'm going to go ahead and attack with my quarterstaff. I have 2 attacks. The one that hit me. Does 18 hit?
18 hits.
Okay. Uh, 7 damage on that one.
All right.
Actually, okay. No, I'm gonna lose that one. I forgot to ask you about the weapons I was allowed to have.
Whatever you would like, as long as it's non-magical.
Non-magical?
You, as in magic items, is what I'm saying. You can't have any magic items as a new character. So you can have any weapons you want.
Okay.
You're level 6. You would have whatever weapons you feel are best suited to your character.
Plus your monk, so your proficiencies for simple and I believe also what
No, that's what a quarterstaff is for. Quarterstaff, you can wield it in 2 hands.
Versatile. Yeah, that's what it's called. It's versatile. Now I remember. Yeah.
So I was going to ask you if I should have a monk spade that would act as a D10 rather than a quarterstaff as a D8.
Monk spade. What weapon would you be using that at? I mean, what weapon would you be translating that from?
It would be basically a edged weapon for a quarterstaff. And now
you know what? Let's go for it. Let's go for it. I'm not going to quibble on rules.
Cool.
You've got a monk spade.
Then instead it does 13 damage. Yeah.
All right. You notice that this... I have to do math now. Hold, please. Does not really seem all that affected by it. Like, you hit it, and it kind of just bounces off him, and he's still, like, right in your face. And you are technically still prone as well.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm going to ask you a question via chat. Because, screw this. You see the question?
Yep, I see it. All right. All right. So, while that is happening, do you want to stand up or anything?
Yeah, I'm going to stand up, so I'm going to probably provoke.
Nope, no opportunity attacks for standing up. Only when you leave their range. So,
okay.
You can just stand up straight up.
Okay.
Stand up, look at him, go, bitch. And keep on going. All right. So after Memnos, unless you had something else you wanted to do?
Well, I have 3 attacks, but what is getting up stand for? Is that?
It's half your movement, basically.
Half my movement. All right.
Yep.
Then yeah, I'll go ahead and Do my other 2 attacks.
Okay. Roll.
10 for that one, the second one.
That's a miss. You swing your spade, and he just kind of ducks out of the way.
And that was a 2 for the other one.
And then you come by with a roundhouse kick, and he just blocks it with an open hand. Next up is Tyrion or Zaylee. Who wants to go first?
Tyrion, you go first.
Tyrion, you are up.
I go first. I also have one in front of me, right?
You do. He came up and slapped you.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I'm going to take my long sword
Okay.
and
What are you
try
gonna do with that long
to
sword?
stab him in the center of the chest with it.
Okay. Go for it.
I roll a 20 for that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And I rolled a 10.
Excellent. So you have an attack modifier for that.
I have a 17.
17. There we go. 10 misses. 17 actually hits. So you sit there and you try to attempt to plunge the sword in. Go ahead and roll damage for me.
This one I roll a d8, right?
Yes, you do.
I rolled a 1.
All right, and then you add your strength bonus to that.
Yes. That's 4.
All right,
4?
so you sit there and you go to stab, and he kind of dodges out of the way a little bit, and you kind of ding him. But you notice as you actually make contact with flesh, barely, it doesn't seem to go as deep as you would expect it to go. And that turns to that. All right. So, Zaylee, what would you like to do?
So I have 2 of these dudes.
You've got 2 of them sitting there going.
Okay. So I am going to cast Spirit Guardians.
Okay.
I call forth spirits to protect me. They can be they float around me to a distance of 15 feet for the duration, which is concentration up to 10 minutes.
Okay.
Since
I'm very familiar with this spell. We called it the Blender. So
That's pretty.
I know
much
exactly what it does. Do you want to do anything else while you wait for these guys to be? First of all, what do your spirit gardens look like?
They look like angelic warriors of death.
So you basically have Tyrael from Diablo just appear around you, tons of him.
Pretty much.
Cool.
Which, yes.
So you have all these guardians kind of swirling around you, attempting to protect you. They will do damage when the zombies come back. But, Peregrino, you get to go.
Alright, I've got myself 2-hand crossbows, so I'm going to fire both of them
Okay.
at the lovely chest markers, which are standing out like perfect targets for me.
Remarkably enough, you don't see any chest markers. It's just straight up like silver.
Ah, straight up silver. Okay, fair
Yeah.
enough. Fair enough.
Due to the fact that you're firing at someone right next to you, you will have disadvantage on ranged attacks.
So there's not any farther away from me?
Anytime you have someone within 5 feet of you, it automatically gives you disadvantage on attack rolls. Ranged attack rolls. As a rogue, you can use your cunning action to disengage and move away.
And then I'll take it. I'll cunning action, then disengage, move back.
Okay.
I've got 25 feet. Let's say I move back a good 10.
Okay.
And then fire upon this fellow.
Go ahead and roll attacks.
19 for the first.
19's a hit. Go ahead. Just to make things go a little bit faster, go ahead and roll all of your attacks at once, and then roll all the damage at once.
Yeah, I got it. So 19 and 23.
Both of those are hits, remarkably enough.
First one hits for 8. Second one hits for 4.
All right, so as you unload both of your crossbows at him, you notice when they hit the target, they shatter and he gets taken back a little bit, but they don't actually pierce into him. Obviously, they did some damage, but again, not as much as you were expecting them to do. And finally, Cadence brings up the rear with
F it. We're going to use fire.
Fire's always nice.
Yeah. So I'm going to use Firebolt. And so that's 23.
That hits. Due to the fact that you have one right next to you, though, because it's a ranged attack, you will still have disadvantage on the roll. So make another roll and choose the lower of the two.
Well, that was the lower of the two.
Oh, so you're already rolling. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Damn, you're rolling high.
I got a 17 on the first one and then an 18 on the second one, plus then my spell modifier.
Gotcha.
So.
All right, so.
Yeah. Now I have to find the D10.
Dice rolling is fun, folks.
Yes. I'm going to need 2 of those. Okay.
Ah, there we are.
17.
17.
Yes.
Math is hard. All right. As your firebolt streaks out and hits him square in the chest, you notice that the scorch mark that's left there after it hits is much smaller than you expected, and kind of just waves it off and continues going.
Damn it.
Goes back to the top of the order. I have a lot of rolls to make, and I don't have enough d20s to do it. What's my DC, Zaylee?
18.
18. Okay. Your DC's what the hell? How do you get that?
What, you talking about my Argo? Oh, no, not that. Hold on.
Yeah, for your.
It's a 3rd level spell. I'm a 6th level cleric.
So it'll be 8 plus your wisdom mod plus your proficiency bonus is your spell save DC.
8 is wisdom mod is 4.
So it's 12, and then your proficiency bonus should be 3, right? So that should be 15?
Yes.
All right, and that's a dexterity save? Is that what it is?
That is a will save.
Well, due to the fact that there's no will score in...
Wisdom.
Yeah, wisdom. There we go. 3 of them save, 3 of them don't. Roll damage for me.
Okay. The first one takes 12.
Just 1 damage roll for everybody. Makes it
okay.
easier.
Okay.
So everybody takes 12, or the ones that save take half.
Hold on.
So do I roll for a save?
No, it's only bad guys. That's one of the cool things about this spell.
And it was just the 2 that I'm hitting.
You're hitting all of them. All of them are within 15 feet of you, so...
Okay, 12 it is. It was 3d8. Radiant damage.
I have to do math, because math is fun. Alright, so you sit there and these guardians at there immediately just lash out and start attacking these. But again, every time they hit, it seems that these monsters are just not taking the damage that you think that they should. They just kind of get back and they keep coming. As that happens, you notice that 6 more of them kind of materialize and come to attack you guys again. Following the same format they did before because it's easier for me. So there are now 4 attacking Zaylee. I'm going to roll them all at once. That's 1, 2, 3. Do I have enough d20s for this? I don't. We'll do this easy enough. Okay. 2 misses. 2 hits, one of which is a critical. Another 2 misses. And does a 19 hit.
Yeah.
So 2 hits, one of which being a critical. Meaning
Death.
we do 13, 16 plus 2 is 18 plus another 8, 10 turns it to 28, turns it to 8, 9, 11 brings it to 39 total. Are you still standing?
No.
So you, as they come up, and like, one of them hits you, you know, right in the chest, and you hit back, and another one comes with this really poorly done kick, and it hits you on the ground, and the third one kind of just kicks you in the ribs, and the lights kind of go dim. For Tyrion.
That's amazing. Oh, and they all take. Does it matter if they take Wrath of the Storm damage or not?
It's not going to bring them down right now. So depending on whether or not, go ahead and roll the damage, and I will add that in later.
Okay.
2 misses, 2 hits for Elias. Or Tyrion, sorry. Gotta remember to use character names. So that's 9 plus 2. It's 11. Plus 14, 19, 21, 32 total necrotic and bludgeoning damage. And then Cadence.
32 damage.
All right. Does a 16 hit you, Cadence?
Yes, but I might be using some cutting words here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 3 hits on you. Stop it. 12, 13, 15 plus 8, 7, 15, 16, 17 turns into 19 plus 15 is... Someone do math for me. This is like horribly
19 plus 15 is 34.
34. Thank you. And one more attack.
The boss,
12 plus 8 is 22. So add 22 on top of that. Are you still up?
I might have to do some cutting words here. What am I looking for?
Cutting words, my understanding is cutting words is an action, not a reaction, so...
No, if a creature within 60 feet makes an attack roll, ability check, or damage roll, I can expend a bardic inspiration die.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
So, go for it, because I think that adds to your AC, right?
No, it subtracts from what they got.
Oh, okay. So go ahead and subtract damage.
And if I look at what my bardic inspiration dice are, okay. Now I can. Clear that. Where's that one? Okay. So subtract 6.
6. So that big massive number in like the 70s takes 6 off of it.
Holy shit.
No, it subtracts from their attack.
Oh, from their attack?
Yeah.
2 of them will still hit. So the 20 damage I did at the end will miss, but the other 2 will still hit. So the 50 some odd that I did before, that still hits.
No, it was 34 before you added
Oh,
the 20.
34. There we go. I'm glad you guys are better at math than I am.
Which means I'm down to 1 hit point, guys.
We are going to die.
But you're still conscious.
I am.
Peregrino, they come up and do some really poorly timed attacks against you. My lowest, there's a nat 20 in there. 18 hits you?
Right.
18, yep, even with, yeah, so go ahead.
All right, so 18 was the lowest other than the abysmal 6 I rolled.
Wow. Okay.
So that's 3 hits, 1 of them a crit.
Amazing.
So 7, 8, 10 damage, plus another 12 damage, brings it up to 22.
Alright, I'm down to 10.
Plus 11, 12, 13. You're down, I'm assuming?
I'm down.
Yep.
So he comes up, and again, these really, really bad. You have no idea how these guys are doing this much damage with these just blop, blop, and you hit the ground. Memnos, 4 attacks against you. And you are ready for it. You are set. There's one nat 20. I think the nat 20 is going to be the only one that hits, though.
Where are these nat 20s coming from?
They never happen. I have never rolled this many 20s in my life. I will never roll high again, ever. So you just get hit once, Memnos. The rest are, you know, like 4s. So that turns into...
I'm trying to find the special attack where I can if they miss, I can attack them as a reaction, and I can't find it.
I don't believe you have that ability, unless you have a feat that gives it to you. I think Sentinel gives you that feat ability, but there's no monk ability that does that.
If you're a cleric, you can have Thunderous Rebuke, where if you get hit, you deal damage back to him.
So it's 13, 16, 17, 18, and then another 6, 7, 8. 26 total necrotic and bludgeoning damage.
26.
Yes.
Good night.
All right. So as this happens and half of your party drops, Cadence, you're down to one knee and you're just kind of holding yourself. Memnos is actually not doing horribly. You're not doing well. But you're sitting there and you guys are noticing that it seems like these zombies keep multiplying. And the image in the sky is just laughing maniacally over and over and over again. This evil, haunting laugh. And how am I going to do this? Sorry, I'm resetting some things up so I can actually get this to work the way I want it to, and it's hard. It forces me to actually, like, think. Who does that? You know, really. As this is all happening, you guys start feeling this, again, the feeling of, you know, the hairs on the back of your necks standing on end, and you guys can feel this very strong magical force. And you guys kind of, those of you that are still conscious, start looking around, and you notice that you've actually started to glow different colors of the rainbow, and you start just feeling almost this translation into pure energy as you are teleported out of that area. And you're actually, it's the most bizarre teleportation you ever had, because traditionally, normal teleportation, you just kind of phase out of existence in one place and appear in another place. And it's just this kind of feeling of like going to sleep and then waking up again. This, though, you actually can feel your bodies traveling, and you can actually see, you're actually flying over the city of Seraphim Orchard. And you're just flying over everything, and you're going down, and you see this massive building on a building on a mountain, kind of overlooking the entire city. And it's this giant, massive building with a what looks like a big smokestack that no smoke is coming out of. And as you all are transported through it, you are all kind of go through this smokestack, and you appear in what seems to you to be a very sophisticated arcane lab. And as you guys kind of land there, you kind of hear this sound of like, and you just kind of look around. Those of you that were unconscious, you notice that during this teleportation, you actually were infused with a little bit of energy, and you now have 1 hit point, and are conscious as you hit the ground. So as you guys look around, you see, again, you're in this arcane laboratory, and you can see magical devices just everywhere you look that are doing different things. You can see behind you is this massive globular orb that seems to have something in the center of it that looks almost like, you know, lightning storms just kind of flowing around in the center of it. You can see in front of you, you can see this statue that you've never seen anything quite like it. But it's relatively short. You're looking at probably about Cadence's size, and it's just kind of standing there. And you notice that it instead of having a regular face, it has no mouth, and it just has kind of this opening that glows a dull red where its eyes should be, and it's kind of standing there. And then in the very back, you see this massive glass tube. And inside of it, your first thought is there's a beholder staring at you from there. But as you focus on it a little bit more, you notice that it doesn't have the eye stalks that are normal of a beholder. And you notice that it actually has 2 eyes and a nose and a mouth. And you realize that it's just a giant floating head that looks almost like a projection kind of standing there. And as you all kind of gain your wits, it turns to you, and it opens its mouth, and it speaks in this very deep, commanding voice. Welcome to the center of command.
Thank you. What the hell just happened?
Brief pause. For those watching who don't know, Cadence is 2 foot 10 inches.
Oh,
And as
can you ride on
soon
my shoulder? I want you to ride on my shoulder.
I will, yes.
You can use
100%.
my horns for like steering.
Oh my god, yes.
So, as soon as you guys wake up, Memnos just kind of sits there, and it seems like the first time he's actually noticed Cadence's size. And he just goes, oh, and he picks you up, and he puts you up here, and you have like the little horns there. And so you guys are doing that. As you guys are sitting there, you notice that this statue that's sitting there with that dull red glow, kind of visor shape, goes, ay, 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 ay.
What?
Okay, so
Just hear the statue just.
people of the center of command, we're in pretty bad shape. Could we get some help here?
Well, hold on. Who
Yeah, my
are
feathers
you?
are practically plucked.
Is a good start.
Yeah.
No, that's not a good start. We mostly only have 1 hit point each. A good start is heals.
Dying. That's my start. I'm dying.
So as all this conversation is going on, the giant face turns to you and says, I am the great wizard, Zordwin. And this is my construct, Beta 6. We went through quite a few other ones before we got this one particularly right. He works for the most part.
Worked out the glitches.
All the alphas, and then we had to go through the betas, 1 through 5.
It's a difficult process, creating, life from stone and things like... I mean, it's very difficult. If you've ever tried it, it's just a nightmare.
Why does this one greet us with ay, 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 ay?
It's something that he says. It's a thing. And he kind of turns to you, he's like, ay, 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 this is a horrible, horrible situation. The evil wizard, the evil witch Bandora has come back and she's trying to take over the world.
It looks like she might succeed.
We might
That,
be able to help you if you help us.
that is why I brought you here.
You guys look pretty messed up right now. Could you use some heals?
Please stand still, and I will use the power of the center of command to bind your wounds. And you guys notice kind of this giant white light just kind of shines down from the ceiling, and you start noticing like your skin feels like tingly, kind of like the feeling of when a limb falls asleep. That just slight tingle that you start feeling, and you start noticing that the pain that you've been feeling from these incredible wounds just starts to subside a little bit, and you guys are able to stand up. You notice that the wounds where you were bleeding from were healing themselves. The blood itself was being arcanely kind of cleaned up, so you look very fresh and new, and after about 5 minutes, you're all feeling much, much better about yourselves.
How much better about
Yeah,
ourselves do
can
we
we-
Have
a number,
full hit
like-
points. Full hit points.
Woo.
Yay.
Basically treat it as a 5-minute long rest.
I
Thank
don't feel
you.
necrotic anymore.
Yeah. Very, very nice.
Memnos, the fresh maker.
Well, Memnos has been made fresh. And so the Beta, we're just going to call him Beta for right now. Beta kind of turns to you. It's like, now that you're feeling better, we need to do something about the witch. Bandora is going to take over the world, and there's nothing that I can do about it. Ay, 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 ay.
If I only prepared silence for the day.
Okay, so what can we do to help you, and how can you help us, specifically me?
First of all, what are you?
I am the great wizard Zordwin.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Yes. I am the great wizard Zordwin. I have been able to transcend time and space by converting myself completely into arcane energy. The only way I can interact with this world is through this chamber, where I have cast many spells to allow myself a semi-physical form.
Cool story.
Cool story,
You,
bro.
Cool story,
you have
bro.
all been called here to help defend Seraphim Orchard from...
Yeah, chat is going, it's so Ranger time. I'm like,
You've been called here to help defend from an ancient evil. The witch Bandora plagued this world for centuries, using her evil magic to animate monsters and creatures. Centuries ago, a team of rangers used special power that I developed to fight her forces and protect this world.
I call Green Ranger.
I refuse to be painted.
No. I have to be the Green Ranger. I'm sorry, or the White Ranger.
Reference a long time ago, but I need the references.
I'm totally
After
backing
sealing the witch Bandora in a hyperlock chamber. It's a cool magical thing. You guys probably haven't heard of it. They retired and were able to live the rest of their lives in peace. I have kept guarded their power in the instance that the witch Bandora is ever released. And it has come to that time. And then as he says that, you notice one of the tables in front of you that is just completely full of magical stuff starts to shine. And you notice a drawer in the front of it starts to open. And you can see inside the drawer, it's satin-lined, very, very nice. You can feel strong magical energy coming off of the drawer. And as you guys step closer, you notice these really strange things in there. They look like kind of small bucklers that are all inlaid in silver, and you notice in the center of each one is this coin that has the image of an animal on it.
You don't say.
Yeah, it's the weirdest thing you guys have ever seen. Like, just crazy. And as they open up, he turns, the Zordwin starts speaking again, and he goes, "These are your belt bucklers of power. By using these," and you guys notice, like, just magic is radiating off of these items. He goes,
I already picked mine up.
you immediately reach for it, and you just feel energy kind of flowing through you. He mentions these were used by those rangers and they're infused with transmogrification magic that transmogrified them into the Rangers of Power.
Okay.
They are powered by coins that enshrine the energy and fierceness of the animals that protect this world. And they kind of lay them out. You guys can all kind of look. You guys see that there is one that has an owlbear on it. There's one that has a bewlet on it. There's one that has what looks like a blink dog. There's one that has a wyvern. And there's one that has a rust monster on it. And Zordwin...
Please tell me that the blink dog is the red one.
What other colors?
What?
What other colors?
You notice that they all, the coins themselves and everything all look about the same, but there's an inlaid circle right outside where the coin is kind of inlaid into this. That each one has a specific color. The one that has the bulet on it has this kind of auburn reddish color to it. The one with the owlbear has a black hue to it. The one with the blink dog has almost sapphire blue color to it.
Yes.
The one with the rust monster has a very much yellow color to it, and the one with the wyvern has a pink hue to it.
Doesn't no green?
No, there's only 5 of them. Remarkably enough, there's 5 of you and there's 5 of them. So it's
That's
almost
remarkable.
like they intentionally picked
You don't have
5
the DLC.
people for this.
We don't have the DLC.
Yeah.
Um,
He turns. He says to you and says, "Choose your belt buckler of power."
I'm going to pick up the owlbear, and
Okay.
I'm going to look at it and go, kind of on the nose, isn't it?
I'm going to run up and grab the pretty red auburnish one and just go, ooh, shiny.
All right, the one with the bulet emblazed on it.
Yes.
All right,
Take the blink dog.
you pick up the blink dog. Okay.
Mine.
I'll get the yellow one.
Rust monster, you pick that one, and then Tyrion picks up the one with the wyvern emblazed on it with that lovely pinkish hue.
That's right. How did you know I was going to say that?
I'm Zordwin. I know these things. So after that happens, you guys all, as soon as you pick it up, you feel just energy coursing through your body, and you notice what looks like kind of lightning kind of trailing across your body in the color that matches your belt buckler. And you notice as you pick them up, they're not just these little tiny little bucklers. They actually are attached to a belt. And as you all kind of look at it, you just feel the kind of urge to just put the belt on. And so all of you, yeah, you're already like, I am so fucking ready for this, man. And you guys all sit there and you're just kind of feeling stronger than you were before. So Zordwin continues. He says, by taking these belt bucklers off of the buckle, raising them high to the sky, and calling out your animal of protection, you will transmogrify yourself into the ranges of power and be blessed with amazing weapons and great, powerful armor.
Save me, Rust Monster.
Shall I provide the soundtrack?
Not yet.
I'm
It's coming. I will let you know.
So
These
I'm
were created.
ridiculously excited about this.
These were created by ancient bards who infused the
I'm
power.
already walking away.
You're like, I'm fucking good, man. I must ask you to return to the city and fight off these creatures. But beware, the evil witch Pandora has more tricks at her disposal. Is there anything else you guys would like to do?
Sounds like a plan, wizard.
All right. In order to effect the change for the transmutation, it's mutation, not morgification, mutation magic, your leader, whomever they may be, must simply state the words, "It's mutant time." And the little construct over there is like, ay, 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 good luck, Rangers of Power!
Cadence, you are red. I feel like for some reason your color would be the leader.
I may be a little broken right now.
Okay. So, what would you like to do? I told you it's going to be awesome. I told you guys. I never know if I'm going to have another, thing like this, so I take Chris Perkins' advice and I just go with it. Pull out all the stops.
I I should not be in charge.
Anyone can choose to be the leader of the Rangers of Power. Ay, 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 ay! Why don't you just say the damn phrase?
All right, let's break some gender norms. Pink, you've got this. Tyrion.
Go.
Members, it's mutant time.
And then you all need to hold up your belt bucklers and call out your animal name.
All right, Mennos first, and we'll go across. Okay. Go
Okay,
ahead.
so Memnos.
Rust monster.
Okay. Oh wait. As you start doing this, you start feeling the bardic magic appear, and you start healing, almost like music start playing as this happens. So,
Maybe talk a little slower until the guitar's ready.
yeah. So Memnos, one more time. All right. Peregrino.
Form of an owlbear.
Cadence.
Hey, some people call what?
Zaylee.
Blink dog.
Tyrion.
My animal.
Wyvern. Cough, cough.
You're a wyvern!
And you guys start feeling energy coursing through your bodies. You can see on your arms, you start seeing these gloves appear that are just full of magical energy. And you can see this armor appears out of nowhere that is insanely skin tight. There's very little hidden for the imagination. So you guys can see as this armor sort of appears on you, you feel your strength increase. All of, from a mechanical perspective, all of your attacks now have a special type of damage they do called power damage that has no resistance. And then as you're sitting there, you also notice that you feel stronger and tougher, and you notice your AC goes up by 2 for everybody. Your AC is just a flat +2 while you are morphed or transmuted. And then you notice at the final point, you see a helmet appear over your head. And you notice that this is a full face helmet, and it has this darkened glass that covers the front of it that lets you see incredibly well in any light source. And you're now immune to disadvantage on perception and, what's it, not search. Whatever the intelligence, investigation, there we go.
Yeah.
And then as soon as that happens, you all kind of look at each other and you immediately feel that feeling of teleportation take you. And as you're flying over the city and you're kind of seeing, you notice that these monsters that you fought before have kind of rounded up most of the people. And you notice that the witch, from your vantage point high in the sky, you notice that the witch has actually created kind of like a staging area just outside of the group, or just outside of the city, where you can see quite a few of these monsters there, and you guys are flying over, and because it's going to take a little bit of time, you guys actually have enough time to kind of strategize before you get down there. So what would you all like to say while you were teleporting through the air?
This is awesome.
That's exactly what went through my head.
I've got the weirdest boner right now.
Weird or awesome? I think awesome is our adjective of choice right now, so...
I would like to awesomely apologize to all wyverns.
Not all wyverns, okay? Not all wyverns.
Not all wyverns. Hey guys, did you guys see the robots behind the curtain? I wonder what those are about.
Should we maybe be talking about like what we're gonna do when we win or something?
No.
We're gonna, fight things.
Yeah.
Punch everything.
I'm
Punch
good.
everything really hard.
Just punch everything.
So-
We're just gonna completely demolish everything.
So I can use fire as much as I want, right?
You guys are starting, as you're going, you're starting to be instilled with knowledge about your powers just from them, overtaking your body. you know that all of you actually have a weapon that you can call forth. A magical weapon that is tied very intrinsically to your powers. For the red ranger, you have a +2 greatsword of power. And it's a very special one where, as an action, you may make 4 attacks with this weapon. Between each attack, you must move at between 5 feet and 20 feet as you either dash between multiple opponents or around a single opponent. You may not use this ability again until after you take a short or long rest.
Wow.
The Black Ranger has a +2 Great Axe of power. As an action, you can turn the axe around and fire a bolt of arcane energy from the hilt at an enemy by making a melee attack roll. Doing 3d10 lightning damage on a hit and half that on a miss. Regardless of the hit succeeding, the target and all creatures within 10 feet must make a DC 16 dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, all targets are knocked prone, and the creature other than the primary target take 1d10 lightning damage. And you may not...
On the attack bonus?
What?
You said it was a +2 on the attack bonus, right?
+2 on attack rolls, yep.
Got it.
And you are proficient... These weapons you are proficient with, and you can use either your dexterity or strength, whichever you normally use for an attack roll.
Awesome. So that's 5.
And for the Great Axe of Power, you may not use this ability again until after you take a short or long rest. For the Blue Ranger, you have a +2 double lance of power. When wielding this weapon, you do not have disadvantages on attack rolls on creatures within 5 feet of you that you would normally have with a lance. As part of your attack action, you may make a second attack with the other side of this weapon, doing damage as if it were the primary end of the lance. And a lance does 1d12 damage.
Yes.
For the Yellow Ranger, you have +2 dual daggers of power.
Dagger.
Due to their power, these daggers use a d8 for their damage dice, and allow you to always add your ability score modifier to damage, even with your offhand attack. As an action, you can throw one or both of these daggers at a target within 60 feet. If both hit the targets, the attacks are treated as critical hits and automatically do maximum damage. You may not use this ability again until after you take a short or long rest. Anytime you throw the daggers, regardless of whether or not they both hit, they magically return to your hands. And then the Pink Ranger has a +2 longbow of power. As an action, you may fire 4 times at the same target. The first one to hit does normal damage, and each subsequent hit adds +2 to the damage modifier of that hit, up to a maximum of +6 damage to the damage of the final hit if all attacks hit successfully. You may not use this ability again until after you take a short or long rest. It also never runs out of ammo. So, you guys now have these weapons that you can command to appear whenever is convenient. So, you are almost to the location. You can see quite a few of these zombies kind of milling around. You can see people have been kind of captured and huddled into little groups. Remarkably enough, it doesn't look like they're tied up because no one ever gets tied up. So yes, you guys are almost there. You probably have enough time before you get there. Probably like another 5-10 minutes before you're actually going to land. Anything else? Any other preparations you would like to make? Memnos?
One question to the GM: are these weapons treated as magical?
Everything is magical and does that additional damage type of power damage.
Power damage. Okay.
Yes.
And can I roll a perception check to see exactly where the witch is in the sky?
You actually don't see the witch in the sky anymore. You think before it was just an illusion that she cast, a very massive illusion. Kind of hinting at the just incredible amount of power she has. But you don't see her anywhere. You just see another tweet. You just see these zombies kind of wandering around doing weird things, going.
I'm just gonna say to the group that like I got this really badass axe, and it hits a lot of people. So I think first things first is if we can get them all together, I'm gonna shoot the crap out of them.
How big is this sword compared to my height?
It actually looks like it scales to you, but it looks bigger than you should be able to hold. Like it looks, kind of,
Can I ask because I seem to, I don't know, in some stupid history thing, I seem to have noticed that when she mutated, she grew in size. Does anybody get that reference?
I get that reference. I'll actually leave it up to Cadence. You know that as soon as you transmutated into this form of power, you have the option of growing to the size of a standard adult humanoid.
Don't take
Oh
it.
my god, that'd be so awesome. I'm doing that.
All right, so now you unfortunately can't ride on
Hold on.
Memnos anymore, but
That's okay, guys. Look, I'm so tall.
Yeah.
Dude.
oh, and the other
As a
thing.
little boy to a man, all of a sudden, that's weird.
Yeah. The other thing that happened with when you transmutated was either your strength or your dexterity was increased to 20, whichever one you use for your attack roll.
We are going.
This is like serious stuff. Like you guys are solid in these.
Was that just Cadence, or was that all of us?
That's everybody.
Holy.
One or the other, whichever one you use as your attacking stance gets improved. You don't get both of them. I said this is ancient bardic magic.
Yay, bards. Strategy.
Strategy. I just say we go in there and pummel them.
No, not that strategy. Strategy of which number to increase.
So as you guys finally get down there, you finally land, and you notice that you all land in the exact same pose. None of you chose to do this; it just happened, where you have both of your hands kind of around your belt buckler, which is now again attached to your belt, just kind of looking very, very heroic. And you notice that these zombies kind of look at you, and they're just like, and they don't know quite what to think about this. So,
Well, if they're all together, can I whip out that great axe?
they're spread out in different areas. If you were to fire it immediately, you might only hit 2 or 3, depending on what you aimed for. So,
Okay, I'm going to ask them, what is their configuration, meaning how far away are they from each other?
none of them are closer than about like 10 feet. Like they were just wandering around, keeping everybody afraid. They weren't really grouped up or anything. And then you guys kind of appeared in the middle of all these different ones. From where you guys are, you can see that there's probably about a dozen you can see very close to you.
Okay. Is there a way I can probably funnel them by use of a powerful wind into a corner of some kind to kind of group them up?
You're in a wide open field with a few
Open
trees
field.
here and there. Yeah. Yeah, remember
Okay.
they gathered everybody outside of the city. You can see there's a lake, you know, probably I don't know, 500-600 feet away. You know, it's a nice setting. Like it's very pretty. Looks almost like you know, looks almost like Los Angeles.
But strangely, it was New Zealand.
Yeah, no, it looks exactly like New Zealand. It's the weirdest thing in the world. So, what would you guys like to do? You've landed. No one has started to attack you yet. You've just landed there.
How far away are they?
The closest ones are within about 20-30 feet.
And from my understanding, since we have these helmets on, is all of our communication pretty much hand signals and gestures?
You know that you speak more clearly if you nod your head and do massive hand signals. It just tends to work better.
Nice.
And it is Seraphin Orchard is the name of the place, Hurick. However, I like the name Celestial Grove. I wish I'd thought of it.
Was actually pretty cool. I was gonna say, I guess dramatically, I'll say, "All right, guys, we're gonna defeat these guys now."
And the zombies sitting there go.
Well,
Yeah. So let's go attack them.
Okay, so go ahead and we're gonna roll initiative. And due to the fact that you guys outclass these guys massively, and they're completely surprised by the fact that you just showed up out of nowhere, you are actually going to get a surprise round. So I'm going to roll, and I rolled like I normally do. So this battle will go very differently. So start with Tyrion. What'd you get for initiative?
I got a 13.
All right, Zaylee?
I got a 17.
Cadence?
12.
Peregrino?
18.
And Memnos?
10.
All right, so it looks like, Peregrino, you're going to be up first. So you can feel power fusing and just coursing through your body. What would you like to do?
All right, since they're still a little bit of a distance away, not grouped all together, I'm gonna fire 2 from my hand crossbows.
Okay, so just 2 random targets?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, go and roll your attack rolls. Your proficiency bonus has been increased by 2 as well.
I also got a nat 20.
All right, so what was the other roll?
On the first one, it was nat 20. On the other roll, it's 8 plus the attack, which is 8, so 16.
16. Both of them hit.
All right.
So you sit there and you just draw these 2 bows. You can see like that lightning energy when you touched the belt buckler is actually coursing through your hand crossbows. So you pull them out and just fire 2 shots in quick succession. Pow pow. Go ahead and double the damage dice for both of them, okay, with the critical hit rolling quadruple.
Ooh, you want me to roll 4 times or just quadruple what I just rolled?
You could quadruple what you just rolled if it's easier.
Okay, so that was a 6 plus 5, so 11 times 4 equals 44 damage.
Okay. And the other damage?
I'm not joking. That was a 6 plus 5, so that's only double, so it's 22.
22. So you sit there and your first shot goes off, and the bolt itself, while normally you have this small little bolt that just flies through the air, when you fire it, you notice that it is massive. It looks like you've just fired a ballista out of it, and it hits this zombie and doesn't actually pierce it, but hits it square in the chest, knocks it down, and you notice it kind of wriggles and writhes on the floor, and then it just kind of breaks apart into all these different pieces. And the second one gets fired off, and you shoot it, and the same thing happened. It impacts it, it hits it to the ground. This one actually gets up, and you can notice that there's tears in the suit that it's wearing, and it looks really, really bad. Next up is going to be Zaylee. What would you like to do?
Okay, so I'm going to charge in the middle of 2.
Okay.
With my lance.
Okay.
And I'm going to hit the first one.
Okay.
For 19 rolled on the dice, that is a 24.
That's definitely a hit. That almost hits twice.
And rolled a 20.
So yeah, you are 100% good.
I get to use my D12, which I never get to use. It makes me happy. 11 for the first one.
Okay.
And 14 for the second one.
And because they are surprised and it's the first time you're using your power, double that.
Yay! So that was
Math is fun.
math is
See,
fun.
folks, kids, this is why you should stay in school and practice your math skills, because someday you might be able to be a Ranger of Power on a Twitch.tv channel.
Yeah, while you're over there complaining about tangents and cosines, remember, in D&D, it's all relevant.
And there are no tangents, just points.
Well, actually, no joke. Quick aside. In my actual weekly campaign, we got into an argument over how much distance a tree would fall to get us over a gap. And then I started right on the sheet started doing like trigonometry to explain like why we should have been able to traverse with the height and the gap, and yeah.
Okay, did your character have the intelligence to do that, or was that just you? Because if your character didn't have that intelligence, then
That was conversation with the DM. That was meta. That
So,
was very
Zaylee, what was the final damage total?
32 for the second one,
Okay.
and 22 for the first one.
All right. So the first one you come by and you just hit with this lance hard. And again, it hits it, and you notice whenever you hit these guys, they just kind of sparks fly everywhere. So you see this massive shower of sparks on the first one. He hits the ground, but starts to kind of stand back up. The other one, you just bring around the other end. Sparks fly, and he hits the ground. It bursts into 100 pieces. And then you just kind of spin it back around and get into this really cool fighting ready stance. Next up is going to be Tyrion. What would you like to do?
Okay, so are there two injured ones?
There are two injured ones.
All right. So I'm gonna shoot. Can I shoot four? I shoot 4 targets with the bow, right?
Unless you, I think as a fighter you have extra attack, so you can technically attack twice with the bow. If you use the 4 attack, all 4 attacks have to hit the same target. That's this magical power of the bow.
Okay, so I can either hit one target 4 times or hit 2 different targets?
Yep.
All right, I'm going to try and hit the 2 weakened targets.
Okay, go ahead and roll attack rolls for me.
Attack rolls, it's 2d20, right.
Well, 2 different attack rolls, yes.
Okay, I got 12 on both of them.
Okay, so you add your modifier, which should now be 20. So that's +5, plus your proficiency bonus, which is now +5. So add 10 to each of those rolls.
22 on both of them.
Remarkably enough, you hit. I know, weird, right?
Oh, wow.
So as you fire these 2 bolts, go ahead and roll damage for me. And again, since this is the first time using your power, there's still that kind of residual power coolness. Double the damage die.
Okay. I've rolled 2 5s. Double is 2 10s.
Okay, and then add +5 to both of them.
So 2 15s.
And you add that before you double it, so it's technically 10 to 20.
2 20s.
All right, so you actually fire at both of them. You very quickly materialize this bow of power, and you reach back and you fire at one. And before the attack hits, you actually turn and fire a second one. And you notice that you fire them so quickly that they both hit almost simultaneously. Sparks just fly everywhere, and they both hit the ground and kind of disintegrate. Next up is Cadence, because I rolled really, really low for initiative.
how many are left?
There was 12, 4 or dead. So we are now down to 8, if my math is correct.
And you said they're like 20 feet away, right? The closest?
Yeah, you can get to any of them if you want to make a melee attack.
Or I can do a ranged attack because they're far enough away.
Or you could as well. That's what you can do as well.
Yeah, I'm going to do a firebolt.
Okay.
At one that's away from the party.
Okay. Good, and roll damage dice.
So I got 25 on that roll.
Remarkably enough, that's a hit.
Then I need 2 of those. Gets that into it. So 18 normally. Do I double that or not?
Yep, go ahead and double it because the power is still kind of coursing through you.
So double it first and then add the bonus thing?
Add bonus first and then double the final amount.
Okay, so then it's going to be 36.
36. So you sit there and your hand extends, and instead of the normal kind of bolt of fire you're used to seeing, you see a massive fireball coursing with this red lightning energy around it. And it goes forward and it hits the target, and again, just massive sparks fly everywhere, and it hits the ground and disintegrates.
Fire's fun.
All right, and finally, it's Memnos, because again, I rolled really bad for initiative.
Guys, I'm gonna go in there in the middle.
Yeah, I didn't even say anything. I was just like, fire.
I'm gonna go actually try to find a group of 4, if I can, that are seemingly close together. You know, a good number of them.
Okay.
And I will try to. I assume that we still have the power to fly or jump really powerfully.
You can. Let's just say that you have enough extended strength that you can make it to wherever you would like to at this particular point in time.
Very well. All right. Yeah, wherever I can get a good number of them in the
Okay.
area there.
You have a couple that were kind of close to each other because they were guarding a group of hostages that you find.
Okay. I will go ahead and do a flurry of blows, which will give me 4 attacks this turn.
Okay.
First attack.
And now you're going to do awesome things.
I'm just reading chat now.
Okay. Hugh, they look like zombies, but they keep going.
I was gonna say, if you're not gonna call them cement sentinels, maybe like clay marines.
Maybe. They do look kind of clayey when they break into pieces.
Yeah.
Again, when I was writing this, I hadn't made that connection, so
Right.
this was months of writing, guys. This is how I waste my time.
Okay.
It's not a waste.
I have an 18, a 19, a 12, and a 15 for attack rolls.
And did you remember that your attack attribute is, or your mod is +5, and your proficiency bonus is +5 now, giving you a total increase to a +10?
I did not, so okay.
So that will change things slightly.
I went ahead and added the +2 for my dagger, but I didn't realize it.
You feel super powerful. Like, you really do feel powerful.
Yeah, they're close to like 30s.
Yeah, you hit all of them, remarkably enough. Go ahead and roll damage, and after you figure out what the damage is, double it because you still have that power kind of coursing through you. Apparently someone's tweeting me again. I really part of me wants to just pause. I want to see what they're saying about me on Twitter. But
it was actually me.
I'll take over.
Oh.
I can entertain the troops.
Yeah, with your guitar.
Why
I
not?
think we should trade backgrounds and have you be the bard right now and I'll be the pirate.
It just happens to be that there's a guitar next to me. Trust me. If you had a tambourine or something, you could sing for us.
I don't need a tambourine to sing.
So Memnos, do we have a rough idea of the damage you've done yet?
Yeah, so I did 20 on one,
Okay.
16 on the third, 14 on the third, and 12 on the fourth.
All right. So you hit these 4 different targets, and you do it in quite a spectacular fashion. You actually run over to one, you just pow, and then you turn around and you do another backhand attack, and the third one you just kind of stab into, and the fourth one you just come around with this spinning attack. You hit all 4 of them. Sparks just go. And they all kind of get knocked away, and then they get back up, and they don't look quite as damaged as the other ones, but they look hurt, and they look ready to fight you. And they do. 4 of them all make attacks at you. Here's their first attacks. Remember, your AC is 2 higher than it used to be. I got 1 nat 20. Otherwise, does a 19 hit?
It does.
16, does that hit?
No.
All right, so only two hits. And that was the other thing. Your hit points are doubled while you are transmutated. As much as this seems like super overpowered, it's not. Trust me on this one.
Yeah.
This is the bare minimum I had to do to make the rest of this work. Because otherwise you guys wouldn't last. So, grand total of, I got 8, that's 10, 12, plus 2 is 14, plus,
I'm just trying to figure out if our
14
boss is going to be
28.
like Vladimir Muck.
and then another 10, 38 total damage.
30 total damage, okay.
Yeah. 38 total damage.
Yep, got it.
All right.
Is this necrotic, by the way?
What?
Is this necrotic still?
Yeah, bludgeoning and necrotic damage.
Okay.
All right, so it turns back to Pergueno. You're up next.
All right. Seeing my compadre, or excuse me, fellow ranger get attacked,
Mhm.
I'm going to fire upon those two assailants.
Okay. And now you're doing normal damage, but go ahead and roll your attack rolls.
Correct. But I still have the plus 10 to attack,
Yep.
right?
That
Nice.
is permanent as long as you are transmutated.
22? Oh, shit. 22 and 15.
So, both of them hit.
Brilliant. 5 plus 5 is 10. 4 plus 5 is 9.
All right, so and those were both at the same target or different targets?
Yeah, let's do the same target first.
All right, so again, two bolts go streaking out. These look slightly more like the bolts you're used to firing. They still have this kind of you were owlbear, right? They have this kind of black lightning kind of coalescing around them. And they both go and they hit one of them. You see sparks fly, and then it hits the ground and kind of disintegrates on the ground. Next up is going to be Zaylee, unless you wanted to move or anything.
No, well, let's see, what do I want to do? Okay, so the two that attacked my ranger friend, I'm gonna see them, and I'm gonna be like, oh no. So I'm gonna like charge over.
There was 4 that attacked him.
Oh, there's 4?
One
Oh,
of which is dead now.
Okay, so there's like 3 now.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna go run over there because I have this newfound power and I'm going to use it.
Go for it.
So I'm going to attack 2 of them.
Okay, go.
And that was a 18 plus 5, 23.
It's a hit.
And then a 17 plus 5, 22.
Both of those are hits.
Awesome.
Are you attacking the same or 2 different ones?
2 different ones.
Okay.
Okay, so my first one is 16.
Okay.
My second one is also 16.
All right, so you come over and you're spinning this massive double-sided lance, and it comes down on one of them, and it goes straight across his chest, and again, and it flips over and does this really cool kind of like butterfly twist as it hits the ground and disintegrates, and then keeping the momentum, you spin and just pierce into another one that as soon as you hit, sparks fly again, and it flies backwards, and as it's flying through the air, it disintegrates. And then we go to Tyrion, it looks like.
How many are left?
There's one left that went to attack Memnos, and there's 4 other ones that moved closer. They were too far away to hit you guys last turn. So now they're kind of within attacking distance. So a grand total of 5, one of which is damaged pretty badly.
Okay. I guess I'll go and shoot 2 of the ones that just came into view.
Okay. Go ahead and
Sure.
roll attack
Sure.
rolls.
I got 19 on one roll and 3 on the other.
Okay. So One of them misses. The other one hits rather spectacularly.
Okay. And then 7 plus 5.
12.
12.
12. 12.
All right. So you sit there and you, again, do the same thing you did before, where you draw the bow and you just go pow, and then twist really quickly and go pow. One of them is just slightly off its marks and goes and hits one of the trees. You notice as the arrow hits the tree, it actually just kind of vanishes after it hits the tree, and sparks fly. No one can figure out where these sparks are coming from. They just keep coming. The other one that you hit straight in, straight in the chest. You see more sparks just, and it kind of gets knocked back, but it gets up. It looks like it's still ready for a fight. As all of this is happening, you guys start to feel that intense feeling of magic again, and you notice that illusion appears in the air, and you see the face of the evil witch Bandora, and she goes, "Oh, it looks like Zordwin has gotten his little power pukes to do his dirty work for me. Well then, meet my Dark Knight!" And you see this bolt of energy fly from the sky, and it hits the ground probably about 30 feet away from you guys are standing. And you see just this massive amount of green smoke just kind of come out and there. And as the smoke slowly begins to fade and dissipate, you notice a creature standing there wearing this armor that looks remarkably similar to yours, except it has a green tint to it. And you notice it has this kind of additional, almost like shield built into it, covering its chest and shoulders. And you notice that on the head, the helmet, which you guys have now realized that your helmets actually look very similar to your guardian animals. This one has what looks like almost like a turtle head, but it has these massive teeth that you guys would recognize instantly as a dragon turtle. And you see this figure standing there, face completely obscured by this helmet, and he has this dagger that he's holding in one hand, and this wicked-looking sword in the other. And he kind of points it, and the voice you hear sounds slightly familiar, but different. Like it sounds familiar, but you can't quite place it. And he goes, "It looks like it is time for me to take out the trash."
Oh my god. Oh no. It's so bad.
So who is this? You guys seem to know who it is. I don't.
I'm so done with this.
I called it.
Anyone that would like to, that was in the last game, can roll a history check, intelligence history check, to see if you recognize the voice.
Well, I got a 22.
22. Anyone higher than a 22? We'll just leave it at that.
Well,
Well, I can't roll for this check.
Yeah, so you're just
20.
you got a nat 20. All right. So you both instantly recognize the dialect. The dialect itself is identical to the dialect that Ricardo, your favorite person in the world, speaks. But you also notice that the timbre of the voice is not Ricardo's voice. It seems to be slightly higher pitched and doesn't quite have the same feeling to it. So bare minimum, you guys recognize the accent, but it doesn't seem to be Ricardo. So maybe someone that came from the same area, grew up in the same place, but you're not quite sure. Again, big old helmet with a dragon turtle on it.
it's a gold shield, he said?
Yeah, the armor itself is that skin-tight green magical thing, but it's this golden shield that's emblazoned on his chest and kind of gives him cool-looking shoulder pads.
I want that shield. All right, we're going for it.
So he immediately lands and comes over he actually brings both weapons together, and you notice as he does this, they have this kind of field of energy that starts growing there. There was something you wanted to say, Memnos? What?
Just before he does that,
Okay.
can I go ahead and cast a hold person? I'm basically going to do a Cleanse of the North Wind, which is I cast hold person, but he gets a save. However, he's going to have to beat my my ability score of 20 for the DC save. Let's see, hold on.
Is that before you go any further? Is that an action or a reaction? Because the only thing you can do on it's a reaction.
No,
okay,
action.
It's an action. Actions have to happen on your turn. Reactions can happen on other people's turns.
Okay, I didn't know whether we were at a turn-based.
Nope, you're not. You're still in initiative. This is the horrible initiative I actually rolled for him. So.
Gotcha. Okay.
So he comes and he crosses these blades, then he points them, and this ball of energy goes and actually explodes, getting all everyone except Tyrion basically, because he was far back, caught in this. And I need dexterity saving throws from everyone.
All right.
So we'll start with Zaylee. What did you get?
19.
19. You saved. Cadence.
21.
You saved. Bergueno.
17.
You saved. Memnos.
19.
You all saved. So as this ball of energy comes hurtling towards you,
okay.
And Tyrion, you don't have to because you're too far away.
Oh, you said everyone. Sorry.
Yeah.
As this
ball, yeah, you actually just automatically fail because you're just slightly more than mediocre. So.
I feel like we gotta explain the inside jokes later.
Yeah, well, more than mediocre means something to Elias, and we'll leave it at that. So, this bolt of green energy comes and explodes, and all of you guys take 54 damage, halved. Yes, Horseshoe, it will continue to come back. And then you notice that he kind of stands there and just readies himself for battle.
Do I take 54 damage too or not?
You do not.
No.
You were too far away.
And the rest of us are taking 27, not 54.
Yeah.
It's 27.
Yeah. They would have taken 54 damage had they not saved.
Gotcha.
Tyrion, you've already gone. I'm sorry. Memnos.
Okay. Well, it's too late for me to do that, what I was going to do before. But what I'm going to do instead...
Oh, and the one guy that I think was still alive over there is not anymore. Like, he just disintegrated. No sparks. He just died.
At his appearance?
What?
At the knight's appearance?
No. When the ball came, like, even if he saved on his throw, he would have died.
Gotcha.
So...
Let's see.
So, Memnos, it is your turn.
Okay, I am going to cast... Okay, Water Whip. And what this is going to do, spending 2 key points, I choose a creature, and he has to make a dex saving throw. On a failed save, the creature takes 3d10 bludgeoning damage, plus an extra 1d10 for additional key point. I'm not going to spend an additional key point, so don't have to listen to that. But on a...
What is your spell save DC?
My spell save DC for now a...
It'll be wisdom, it'll be 8
right.
plus your wisdom plus your proficiency.
Right, so it will be 3 plus...
Should be like 14 or 15, depending on your...
I remember how you asked me which ability score you wanted to bring up to 20. It was
Yeah.
gonna be wisdom.
It was only strength or dexterity. It could only be one of those two.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, only strength or dexterity, so...
Darn, because I was really going to break that.
Sorry!
That's okay. So anyway, what it boils down to is efficiency is 3 plus 2. It is 13.
13. So as this, you sit there and you kind of conjure this stream of water that you just lance out towards him. And as it comes down, you notice that he just very deftly dodges out of the way, and the whip misses him. Does it do any damage on a save?
I believe it does. Let's see. Oh no.
I think it's just a miss on a.
Yeah, it just misses. It doesn't.
Yeah.
No half. No nothing. And
So yeah, you
get
flip it through, and it misses him just barely, and he kind of looks at you and points his very wicked-looking sword in your general direction. All right. Next up is going to be the last few. There's 4 left. 2 of them are actually going to take swings at Tyrion, since he's the one that's actually shooting people. I have got... My lowest is a 16. I'm assuming that misses you, right, Tyrion?
I get a +2 on
Your
armor
AC,
class, right?
yep. So what's
All
your
right.
AC right now?
21.
21. So yeah, just the... actually, just 1 hits. Interesting. Because I rolled a 20 on the other one. And that's not high enough anymore.
Doesn't it hit if it's a nat 20? I don't...
No, it was... the total was 20.
Oh.
Yeah. That's 12, 14 bludgeoning and necrotic damage taken by you. The other 2, one goes towards, let's say Memnos, because he did that really cool, went and attacked, you know, a bunch of people. I think both of those are going to fail. 13 misses on you, Memnos.
Yep.
All right,
Oh,
and
hi.
on your AC.
Yeah, I'm. Let's see. I'm +2 now, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So you should be fairly high.
18.
Yeah, you're fine. And then the other one goes for Zaylee, because she's been doing awesome things. And 10 was my highest, so those are all misses. Next up is going to be top of the order, Paragueno. So you still have these 4 zombies that are coming at you. You guys can see in the distance, it looks like there might be a few more that are kind of converging on the area, but they're a ways off.
Okay, are these 4 together?
2 of them are next to Tyrion, who's kind of far away. The other 2 are close to you guys, all within about 10, 15 feet.
And how far away is this green fellow?
30, 40 feet, not incredibly far.
Let's be nice. Let's help out Tyrion.
Okay.
2 crossbow shots to Tyrion's friends.
Okay.
26 on the first.
Okay.
25 on the second.
They are both hits.
11 on the first.
Okay.
7 on the second.
All right. So the first crossbow bolt, you fire it. It goes again, falls down, disintegrates. The other one, you fire, and this one, when it hits, it just sparks a little bit. But he doesn't even get knocked down. This one, he just kind of stands up and gets ready to go. Next up is going to be Zaylee. What would you like to do?
So big, ugly, and green is over there.
Yep.
And I'm gonna go smack him.
Okay. If you run away, the zombie that's on you will get an opportunity attack.
Oh, then no. I want to go smack the zombie that's on me, because
Go for it.
that makes more sense. And stuff is landing on not stuff.
Okay.
I got a 21.
21's a hit.
Okay. And I'll do 2 because why not?
Go for it.
The other one's a 15. I don't think that hits.
It does, actually. They have a
nice.
relatively low armor class, believe it or not. So,
Alright, so Ooh, I rolled a 12. That is 15 points of damage. No, yes, 15 points of damage.
all right. And then, was that for both attacks or just one?
But both. Most for both.
All right. So you come by and you go, pow, and you hit once, and then you flip it around and go, pow, and hit another time, and sparks fly everywhere. But it seems that he's still kind of standing, if, you know, a little bit bloodied, but still standing. Next up is going to be Tyrion. What would you like to do? You got two dudes standing right next to you.
Two?
Yeah, remember they came over and they tried to bop you?
Yeah, and I thought...
oh, he killed... yeah, there's only one. Sorry. My battlefield in my mind is going.
Okay, that's interesting. Do my normal weapons get any sort of power up from me being a ranger of power?
Only the increase that your the increase on your stat is. So like if your strength is now +5 instead of +3 that it was before, obviously that's what you would get.
Okay, so it doesn't do power damage.
No, any attack you do still does power damage, but it won't do extra damage. It's just it's an additional damage type that these guys are not resistant to, surprisingly enough.
Okay. And the extra damage is +5?
Yes.
Your damage bonus is +5, your attack bonus is +10.
Yes. Okay. All right. Okay.
Man, Gwen is on this, man. Like he's like, I am like so into this, and it's awesome.
I'll tell you why I'm so into it later.
So I'll take the longbow that I have.
Go for it.
And shoot the fellow next to me 4 times.
Okay.
Is that right?
The one that the easy guy that had been falling after like 2 attacks.
What?
The guys that have been like dying after like 2 attacks. You want to use this 1 time a day attack on them.
Oh, is that a 1 time a day attack? No, yep. I don't. I just want to shoot them normally.
Okay.
And maybe shoot someone else, the guy on Zaylee.
Okay. Well, go ahead and make an attack roll. Since you have someone within 5 feet of you, it'll be with disadvantage. So roll twice, take the lower of the 2.
12 is the lower of the 2.
All right. That is a miss.
Wait, before or after your 10?
Before.
Oh, then it would be 22, which is a hit.
Yes. And then I roll again for the second?
Yep.
Hero? Okay. That's 18 plus 10, which is 28.
What just happened? Give me 2 seconds here. My whole screen just shifted.
That was my fault. My browser crashed.
Fun. Now everybody's in weird spots. Cool.
I'll be playing Zaylee and Cadence today.
Oh, oh, there we go. Now everything's fixed. Okay.
Hooray.
Sorry about that. So, to speed things up, 2 fires. Sparks fly. Lots of damage. They both fall down dead. The only person left now, because the rest of the zombies have left, you just have this guy in green armor with the cool gold shield. And that is the end of your turn, Tyrion. Cadence, it is your turn.
I don't know if I should attack him or not.
You've got a fairly good idea that whether you attack him or not, he will be attacking you.
How far away is he?
30, 40 feet. Fairly close.
Okay.
I say we go balls to the wall.
Well, he's far enough away that I'm still going to use a ranged attack.
Okay.
You can get up there, can't you?
I don't want to.
Don't forget, you have your awesome swordy thingy.
I know, but my AC sucks, and I don't want to be near him if I don't kill him.
Okay.
Whoops. That's not what I want to do. This is what I want to do. Okay. Would a 19 hit?
On him, yes, it does.
Okay. So that is for 17 points of damage.
All right, so another firebolt?
Yeah.
So, again,
I move a little farther away from him.
Okay, so, again, you kind of point your hand and you see this bolt of fire go forth. It hits him right in the shield, and you notice that when it hits, a lot of it is actually just kind of deflected off, but some of it kind of goes through and you see a few sparks, but he doesn't really look that damaged at all. And I actually have to keep track of hit points now, because these other guys had low enough hit points it didn't matter. So what was it again? You said 17?
Yeah, 17.
All right, so again, it hits. He still looks like just raring to go. And he was actually supposed to go before you, so now he will go. And he's going to
I'm
run.
farther away, remember?
He's going to, remarkably enough, like he's got the same kind of movement, increased power that everybody else seems to have while in these armors. And so he runs right up to you after hitting him in the face. And he is going to... I'm not sure if this is a good idea, but we're about to find out, aren't we? Does a 25 hit?
I wonder if
Nope.
25 hits a little bard who only got 2 increase to her AC. Yeah, it hits.
So he comes by and he takes this massive slash with that sword and does 60 slashing damage total from the 2 attacks. He goes, pow, pow! And you start noticing that when you get hit, sparks kind of shoot out of you. Next up is going to be... Cadence just went. Memnos.
You guys, let's use our special power-ups. And I will go ahead and do my 60-foot throw.
Okay,
Both daggers at the same time.
go for it.
And I believe, okay, so I'm using their D8s for the damage.
Yep.
How do you calculate the damage? Normally, my DM says you roll the dice, and then let's say first it's a crit, then you double that, and then you add any modifiers.
With the special power of your daggers, if both of them hits, it will be maximum amount of damage you can do as a crit. So
Right. So in other words, would it be 8 plus 8 for one dagger plus the modifier? And then that's
it'll be
one
16
dagger?
plus the modifier is what the total damage would be for each dagger.
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you. So,
Mhm.
and I'm going to go ahead and do the flurry of blows again, spending one
Okay.
more key point. 4 attacks.
And these 4 attacks, are you just throwing these daggers, waiting for them to materialize again, and then doing it again?
No.
Oh, you're just going to go in.
This is going to be, the special attack. So, technically, it's just the 2 throws, correct?
I'll let you do it twice. I will let you do it twice if you burn a key point.
Okay, I will do it then. One was a nat 1, so I'm not going to discount that. Ooh, natural 19. 30 something. And so, okay, first attack is 22.
Okay, that's a hit.
Second attack was a natural 1, so
Okay.
no. The third attack is 25,
Okay.
and the fourth is 22.
Okay. So, due to the fact that 3 of them hit, 2 of them will be the max critical damage, and then 1 will be normal damage.
You got it. So I'm gonna go ahead and roll the normal damage for that.
Okay.
I assume
And then
you
just
do that,
add.
Yeah. The regular dagger is 9 damage,
Okay.
and and then 2 19s.
219, so that's a grand total of 38.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you sit there and you brandish both daggers, and then you start this really cool kind of spin. And as you're spinning, you let 1 dagger go, 2 dagger go, and as you complete rotation, the daggers go, and one of them kind of goes wide a little bit. The second one hits And then they kind of rematerialize in your hand. You do another one, and these two both strike him right in the center. You notice that this kind of field that's been deflecting a lot of the damage gets cracked when both of them hit at the same time, and he just takes it full on. Sparks fly, and he kind of, you assume he's looking at you. The helmet doesn't really let you see eye lines very well. So yeah, he kind of looks at you and shakes his head a little bit. And wow, those almost flew off. Next up is going to be top of the order, Paragueno.
All right, it seems like everybody's going all out, so time to use that Great Axe power.
Go for it.
Okay.
That's a D12 damage dice whenever you hit with it, by the way.
Got it. Well, actually, the Great Axe you told me for the Lightning Bolt is 3d10.
Yeah, if you use the Lightning Bolt, that's the 3d10. If you just attack with it, it's a D12.
Okay, well, I'm going to try to...
Lightning Bolt, do it! Do it! Attack roll.
Does a 13 get him?
Unfortunately not.
Plus 10, though. Plus 10, remember? You got your...
No, trust me. It was a 3.
Oh.
I rolled a 3.
Even with, because it's a +2 weapon, you'd also add 2 on top of that, but even a 15 is unfortunately too low. So you sit there and you go, it's power time, chunk, and you fire this bolt, and it goes by, and you notice that he just spreads his arm wise, and you see this kind of green shield appear, and as it hits it, the bolt gets deflected behind him, and you see this massive explosion behind him that he just keeps walking forward in front of.
Right, alright. Well, he's a bad fucking dude. I'm just going to back up.
Okay. Next up is going to be Zaylee. What you want to do?
I think what I want to do is I'm going to cast Spirit Guardian again.
Okay.
Except I want them all to look like me.
Gotcha. So you sit there and you kind of concentrate on your belt buckler, actually. And you start noticing that it's just kind of glowing with blue energy. And you're absolutely right. He doesn't look at the explosion. And the energy kind of swells and forms, and you start seeing little versions of you wandering around with these massive double lances just kind of circling around yourself. And do you want to move forward?
I want to move forward towards him.
Okay. Do you want to get right next to him, or leave a little bit of space?
I'm going to leave like a little bit of space between him and myself.
All right, so you kind of walk up to him. When his turn comes around, I bet you he'll have to deal with that. However, before that happens, it's going to be Tyrion.
Yes, okay. I will use the one-time-a-day attack.
All right.
Oh, now.
Go ahead and roll 4 attack rolls.
I won't have to use it again today.
Yep. 4 attack rolls.
4 attack rolls.
Yep. Add 12 to the d20.
Add 12 to each of the 4 attack rolls?
Yeah. Yep. Because that's what your modifier is right now with this bow.
God. All right. 12. That's 30.
Gotcha. Let me put it to you this way. Are they all above 16?
Above or at?
Above or at. Both works.
Yeah, I had 2 16 totals.
Gotcha. So you roll like I do. So all 4 of them hit. So what I want you to do to make this easier, roll 4d8, then add 28 plus 6, then add 34 to it. So 48 plus 34.
So the total of this plus 34?
Yes. That puts all of your attack bonuses and everything in.
Okay, 34 is going to be 55.
55? Gotcha. Now I have to do math. All right. So you sit there and you just kind of aim down your bow and you bring it back and you fire, and you notice that the string immediately forms back here, and you just go 1, 2, 3, 4, and you see these 4 bolts go, and they go pow, pow. The first one just hits, and he kind of rolls back. The second one hits him harder, and you notice this magical shield starts to crack. The third one hits him again. You start seeing sparks flying everywhere, and the fourth one hits him square and actually knocks him down and onto his back as sparks just fly. He is prone at the moment from 55 damage. And you notice now he's starting to breathe heavier, and he's just not looking all that great. Unfortunately, it's his turn. Your attack actually knocked him back about 5 feet. And so he gets up, and he looks at you, and he just runs at you with both of his weapons flaring.
So I'm still, like, how far back?
I don't know, you were what, like 50, 60 feet?
Okay.
He covers that in an instant.
Did he run through my array of
He
meat?
did! What's the DC again?
It's a wisdom saving throw, and mine's a 15.
What is your wisdom? You actually have decent. So he actually saves, he gets an 18. So does that do half damage then?
Yes.
Go ahead and roll damage for me then.
Okay. This math is hard. My calculator, 16.
16, and that's already halved?
That is
Or do I have it?
8.
So
8.
a grand total of 8. Gotcha.
Yes.
Oh, cool. All right, so after he kind of runs through, you see these floating versions of Zaylee that have just been going around just immediately kind of swarm him and start attacking him relentlessly. And you notice he just kind of shrugs them off a little bit, runs straight up to Tyrion and takes a swing with his wicked-looking sword and then stabs with his dagger. And that
Did he run through my threatened square?
He actually kind of moved around you because he knows where... there was no way for him to get to Tyrion and avoid your section. So
Okay, that's cool.
the lowest I rolled is a 25. Tyrion, does a 25 hit your armor class?
Yes.
Okay. So he comes by and one slash, big sparks. Stab, more big sparks, and you take a grand total of 60 damage.
Oh my.
Ooh.
This guy ain't playing around. Like, he hits hard, and he's breathing heavy, but he's still going. And it seems like you guys have done well over 100 hit points of damage. So this guy is tough. Next up is going to be Memnos.
I thought, didn't Cadence go?
Yeah.
Oh, who is it? Oh, Cadence. Sorry, yeah. Cadence first, then Memnos.
Cadence, say your name is Kimberly. Sorry.
She's a Red Ranger, man. She'd be Jason.
Oh, I know, but our pink is a dude, so.
And
Nothing wrong with it.
It can be a boy's name too.
I got a buddy named Kim. He's an awesome dude.
Mm-hmm. Let's
I know
not gender
dictator,
stereotype here. So, yeah.
Cadence, go for it.
I'm pretty hurt, guys. I don't want to get close to him again.
Now remember, you do have that ability that lets you basically attack him 4 times in a row as you kind of run around him.
Do it.
Yeah.
And he's hurting pretty bad.
also,
And you have a cleric.
It doesn't seem like any distance between you and him makes a difference.
Yeah, you were pretty far away
you're
and he
right
got to you
about
before.
that.
So
Alright. F it. We're gonna hit him with the greatsword.
go for it. Are you going to use your cool teleporty spinny dashy power?
I might. We'll see.
What would be, because it's your attack action, you kind of have to
Yeah.
choose to or not choose to before you roll your attack.
I'll use it. Why not?
All right, so 4 attack rolls, plus 12 to each attack roll.
Okay, let's just get me 4 of those. I got a nat 20 on one.
Awesome.
Another one with the bonus is going to be 25.
Okay, that's another hit.
22,
Another hit.
22, and then 14. for
The last one is a miss,
Okay.
which is impressive with a plus 12 to attack.
Yes.
That crit though.
I got a
That
2,
crit
guys.
though.
Yeah, that crit though.
Yeah.
So again, great sword is 2d6.
Yeah.
So with the fact that you crit, that is 8d6 damage plus 15.
Okay.
Oh wait, plus another 6, plus 21 actually.
Okay, let's do some math, guys.
Math is fun, math is cool. Everybody loves
What am I
math.
adding?
Plus 21, yeah.
Okay, so then
Just give me
you're
one
looking
number,
at
please. That'll be just
44.
44 is your grand total?
Yes.
All right.
Remember. Is that for the one attack?
That's all 4 of them,
Yeah.
basically.
Okay.
So what happens is you kind of look at him and you hold your hand out and this great sword kind of appears in it with red lightning just dancing over it. And you run towards him, and as soon as you get close, you become incredibly fast and spin around him going 1, 2, 3, 4. The first one hits him really, really hard right across the shoulder and just massive sparks. And the second one spins around and he dodges out of the way just barely. And the third one comes around and more. And the fourth one, you attempt to impale him. Unfortunately, his armor is so tough it deflects it, but you still do massive damage as you graze across his abdomen. More sparks fly. You notice that now he's holding his chest. He's hurting rather badly.
Wait, if it was 4 attacks, wouldn't it be 8d6?
Yeah, you were supposed to roll 8d6.
I only rolled 6.
You missed one.
So.
Also, did you double the crit roll?
Yeah.
Yeah, the 8d6 is doubling her crit roll.
Yeah.
Because
So
technically she only hit
add
3
8 to
times,
that,
so that would be
it's actually
66.
52, not 44.
So 52, okay.
Sorry.
So that was, what was the additional damage? Just the additional damage?
The additional was 8.
8, another, okay, that's easier for me to do for math. Alright, so, same thing, blah, 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 really, really cool, lots of sparks flying everywhere. Finally, it's Memnos. What would you like to do?
That's a good question, by the way, by Vorak. Why haven't we combined the weapons yet, or done anything cool with
That is not an ability you guys are aware of that does anything. I did not have time to come up with rules for how your weapons would combine.
I love you, Vorak. Thank you for that.
The Great Wizard did not explain this to us.
Yeah.
So.
The Wizard Zordwin didn't, it's still in product testing. They haven't developed that aspect. It'll be a future DLC patch,
Yeah. And I did jokingly mention the giant robots behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remarkably enough, you haven't seen any giant robots yet, so...
Soon, guys, maybe next season. I don't know.
Maybe, who knows, There's lots of other stuff happening. But, what are you going to do now without the use of giant robots?
I will spend another 2 points to do flurry of blows and get right up on him.
And you just go... Alright, go and roll attacks. Basically, a 4 or higher hits.
Yeah. Okay, I have a 21.
Hit.
The second one does not hit. And then
Okay.
a 24 and a 24.
Alright, so 3 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Uh, 16 total.
16 total? And that's doesn't seem right because each one would have a +5 to it due to your...
Well, so I'm rolling my daggers now.
Yep.
And,
so each one is going to be a D8 plus your modifier, which should be 20. So there'd be a D8 plus 5 for each attack.
Yeah. So okay.
So if you rolled 3d8, if you rolled 3 ones.
I did roll 2 ones though, and that
Okay.
will be 6, and then
We're not joking about that math thing, kids. You really should keep up with your math.
Yep. So okay.
What was your rolls?
It was okay. It was 2 ones.
Okay, so it's 2.
6 and 6, and then
And what was the third one?
5, 12. We have total of 24.
24. That makes a little bit more sense. So that brings it down to that. All right. So as this happens, you feel the familiar feeling of magic happening, but this time you don't see a image in the sky. You see this Green Ranger kind of turn and go, "I cannot believe that you are doing this. I am all-powerful. I should be able to destroy you. Very well. I call upon the power of the dragon turtle." And he takes the flute that he's been holding in his hand, or the dagger he's been holding in his hand, and he presses it up, which doesn't make any sense because there's no air holes in these helmets. But somehow, bardic music begins to play. And you guys notice from this lake that's a few hundred feet away, you start noticing that the water itself is trembling and moving, and then you see something start to walk out of it, and you see this giant arcane construct come out that looks to be in the shape of a dragon turtle, which dragon turtles are already massive. This is like 3 or 4 times the size of a regular dragon turtle. And it's kind of crawling out and coming out of the water, and you notice that he jumps into the air higher than anyone really should be able to jump, and jumps all the way to the top of it and goes, "Now, you will all die by my hand, for the glory of the witch Bandora!" And as you guys are looking there, you start hearing this voice telepathically transmitted to you. And it sounds like the voice of Zordwin. And he goes, "Rangers, you have been put in a situation to where you cannot win. And so I will finally reveal to you the final portion of power that you command. If you call out to your guardian beasts, the magical constructs of them will appear and form together to create a giant magical construct with which to combat this evil beast. Call out the names of your guardian animals."
Rust monster, rust monster, rust monster, rust monster.
Anyone else gonna do this?
Please, John.
Yeah, I'm going to call out.
Now, Swordwind,
Wyvern!
is there other abilities that these things can do before we get into the battle? Just saying, it'd be great to know all this ahead of time.
Remarkably enough, Zordwin, this is still in beta testing, and he didn't come up with any separate powers. It's just all one power. Because again, this has taken a significant amount of time to write in addition to everything else. So,
Gotcha.
Yeah, so as I was
Can they
saying,
combine?
so they all combine together, and you guys are in what looks like an alchemical lab with all of these different devices that are all attached to these tables. And you notice that there are 5 stations that you can stand at. You can see in front of you is a giant glass window. You've been teleported inside of this beast, and you can see outwards. You can see this giant dragon turtle that is now standing on its hind legs, ready to attack. You notice that each station has a different symbol next to it. One of them has a right foot, one of them has a left foot, one of them has a shield in the shape of an owlbear face, and one of them has a sword, and then the final one just has the symbol of like a head. So you have a choice as to which place you go.
Look, I know yellow is going to be normally the foot.
You can choose whichever position you want to be in.
All right, everybody, rock, paper, scissors.
Except
Very well.
Owlbear, I think, needs to go to Owlbear.
I guess I have no choice there. Again,
Okay.
on the head. Very on the nose, guys.
So you actually notice that there was a chair there that as you go and sit down, the chair actually transforms a little bit and turns into kind of a harness that you actually can control everything, and you have all these different, buttons, so you actually have almost complete control over this specific arm and can make it do just about whatever you want it to. Who is going to sit down next?
I'm gonna sit down on the other foot.
The other foot. All right. So similar thing happens. And now you have complete control over this foot to do whatever you would like.
I'm gonna do the hokey pokey.
Okay. Memnos, you're sitting at one of the feet, right?
Yeah, I'll go with the other foot. I mean,
Okay. So we've got Cadence and Tyrion.
I will claim the sword.
Okay.
But on my way there, I'm going to give some inspiration dice because I'm a bard and I should actually do something bard-like.
Gotcha.
So I think that I'll hand one to Tyrion.
Okay, so you touch Tyrion on the shoulder and you sing a little song to give him inspiration. What is this song that you sing? Oh, by the way, while all this is happening, this is the other time you could have been playing Don. So.
Yeah. Don, play so I can sing along.
Yeah, go ahead and play something for her inspiration song.
Play something for you?
The song you have been playing will work perfectly.
Play the Power Rangers. Alright, stop. So I touch Tyrion and I go, 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 power leader.
And you feel infused and very confident about your abilities. As Tyrion, the only spot left, you take the head.
Yes, I take the head.
So what we're going to do, I'm going to have everyone go ahead and just roll me a new initiative. And we're just going to go, I'm not going to go in order. It's going to be whoever gets to the highest roll, and then we'll just move around the group to make it easier. And we've been doing this for a while. So
16.
16 Paragueno. Anyone higher than a 16?
Well, the fun thing about being a halfling is that when you roll a 1, you get to re-roll.
All right.
Lucky, guys. Look it up.
Yep.
So you re-roll.
I re-roll, and I get 16.
16.
16.
Okay, so we have a tie. Anyone higher than the 16? All right. Gwen and Cadence, just because of how this is going to work, roll off. Whoever gets the higher number on a d20.
Whoops.
I also got 16.
Can you beat a 5?
Oh, Memnos too?
I got a
Wow.
7.
So Memnos, roll as well. The high number is a 7 you're looking for.
I got a 4.
All right, so Cadence, you are first. You have the sworded arm.
Great.
You can use whichever ability score you would like that interacts with arcane things. You can be creative with this to force the sword to attack someone. I'll explain what everybody does really quick. Who's on the shield again? Is that it's Paragueno? So you can actually use a skill to try and intercept any attacks that come towards you all in your giant. Well, due to the fact that Zordwin designed them, he decided to kind of name them after himself, and he calls them Zords.
Got it.
I was
Love
thinking, guys. So you can try and defend. The two people, and I'm house ruling that it still works, Vorax, so good try, but no. Memnos and Zayli, you guys can actually position the group in good place. You guys actually work together to move the feet. And if you do well, you will give whoever is doing an action advantage. And if you do poorly, you will give them disadvantage on that action. And then Tyrion, being the head of everything, you can actually choose on your turn to give somebody advantage on what they're doing, or you can impose disadvantage on the bad guy attacking you, whichever you would prefer. So we're going to start with Cadence. Cadence, you control the sword. What would you like to do?
What am I using as my modifier for it again?
Choose a skill and explain to me how you use that skill to make the machine work. This is all about creativity, folks.
I would like to use persuasion because I believe that the machine has some AI and therefore I can reason with it.
So you sit there and you're like, come on, baby, make this sword swing. Go on, go ahead and roll me a persuasion check. By the way, everyone has to use a different skill, so be thinking.
Call dibs on dexterity.
Oh, boo.
So I got a 24.
24. So you sit there and you go, come on, baby, you can do this. And you watch the arm start to move. And it comes down and it slashes at the dragon turtle and goes, pow! And there's lots of sparks and explosions. But it's still standing there. Next up is going to be, we're just going to go to the right on my screen, which is Paragueno.
I'm gonna use Dex to figure out how to work this shield.
All right, so you're sitting there and you're hitting all these different things and you're using like every finger you have and you're using your toes and all these cool things and your roll is.
That's 10 plus just what my regular Dex is.
It has to be a skill, not just an ability check. So could be acrobatics is dexterity based.
That's a 19 then.
All right, so you sit there and you notice that the shield, you actually prepare yourself to intercept any attacks that are coming in your general direction, and you're ready for it. Next up is Memnos and Zaylee will go at the same time. What would you guys like to do?
Well, okay. So I cannot take dexterity because Peregrine already took it.
Sorry.
And unfortunately, there isn't a constitution check, is there?
Yeah, there's no skills that require constitution, unfortunately.
Beer drinking should totally be on that list, though.
Tyrion, you don't need strength for this, right?
I have no idea.
Let's go with I'm going to do an athletics check. With,
Okay.
strength.
And Zaylee, what are you going to use as your ability?
I'm gonna use a religion check.
So you're going to pray that this works. And Memnos, you're just going to sit there, you're going to grab the first thing you can find and just retch it to make the thing move. So go ahead and roll checks for me.
Please make this work. I got a 20.
You got a 20. Cool. Memnos, what'd you get?
17.
17. All right, so you guys are actually able, you notice that the entire construct starts moving around, and you guys position yourself fairly decent place with a 20 to 17. Yeah, that's a really good place. You actually get to kind of his blind side, and the next person to either attack or defend, either Cadence or Paragueno, will have advantage on their check. Tyrion, what would you like to do? You are surveying everything. You're kind of the commander of all.
So I have two options to either give advantage to us or give disadvantage to him.
Yes.
Let's give disadvantage to him.
So what you do is, as you're, what skill are you going to do that?
Let's find out. Can I use strength saving throws?
You cannot use a saving throw. Good try, though. And athletics has already been used.
Yes. Can I use charisma intimidation?
Yeah,
You can intimidate it. Go for it. Intimidate the hell out of it.
Great. How do I do that?
Roll a d20, add your charisma intimidation modifier to it.
Okay. I rolled a natural 20.
All right.
Whoa.
So you
Plus
sit there,
4.
and you're looking at these controls, and none of them make any sense to you. You're like, fuck it, work! And that's all you say is you go, work, and they spring to life. You notice you hear a little bit of a whimper from the machinery.
It's like something I wouldn't say, but okay.
Okay, do you have something better?
I'll just go with work.
Work? Okay. And he'd go ahead and he does it, and now you actually have him in your sights so well that you're anticipating the next move he's going to make, and he will make it with disadvantage. Now the dragon turtle, large dragon turtle, you notice that its claws, at the tip of its claws, it looks like it has kind of like ballista bolts at each one that are filled with explosive powder, and so he aims it at you, and you notice that 10 of these bolts just come streaking towards you. Peregrino, you are going to reduce this damage if I hit with this attack. And that's only going to be, yeah, nowhere near enough. All right, so, Peregrino, you bring the shield up, and as these basically flying missiles come at you, you block them all with the shield, and you kind of lower it down, and the giant Zord. It's so large, you might even call it a mega version of a Zord.
You mean an enormous Zord? You mean
Yeah.
non-trademarked copyright
Yes.
enormous Zord?
Yeah.
Enormous Zord.
Obviously, it has no one would be able to think that this is
Gigantic Zord.
in reference to any trademarked item owned by any company, like just off the top of my head, like Bandai Saban or anything. Like that would never happen.
Hashtag
So, Cadence, you are up again.
Yeah. Let's do that again.
Go for it. So you try and persuade the controls to work for you in the way that you want them to.
All right, controls. We got a 23, so hopefully you're
Worked
going to
very well. You notice that the sword comes down again and goes pow, and again another. You start noticing that there's battle damage as the sparks are flying everywhere. Pretty massive battle damage. It looks like it's not going to last for too much longer, unless something strange happens. Next up is going to be Peregrino.
I guess I can just prep for the next attack. Is there really much you can do with a shield?
Yeah, it's basically you roll and see if it's going to be good enough to protect you.
Got it. 9 plus 5, 14.
14. So you're sitting there and you're still familiarizing yourselves with the controls. It's an acrobatics, right?
Oh, sorry, acrobatics, then 18. Sorry.
18. Okay, that's a different one then. You sit there and you're like doing this really cool kind of matrix thing where you're hitting controls behind you and then in front of you, and the shield is moving like you and the shield are one. You can feel it.
Hopefully I don't get pierced by a large spear.
Yeah. You don't feel like a leaf on the wind, remarkably enough. Memnos and Zayli.
I have a question. Can this, can our Zord, what was it called again?
It is a shortened version of Zordwind. So we're calling it Zord, but it's a shortened version of Zordwind's construct.
Okay,
Can we just call it
Zordwind's
normal?
construct. A Zordcon, if you will.
Yeah.
Can it,
Zordcon.
what
What was
that?
it? What did you say?
Oh, so can it charge?
Can it charge? Sure. Let's say if you roll high enough, it can charge. Give you a little bit extra damage to that next sword swing.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking here, just to kind of like move to his flank if possible. So I don't know what we look like right now. I know that we went to its flank initially, right?
You're able to kind of back up and then run at it. So go ahead and roll your attack rolls.
We'll do that. Yeah, I will coordinate with the sword here. So that's my intent. Is I'm not gonna I'm not gonna ram it. I'm just gonna go ahead and give it an extra.
Yeah, get that momentum power behind it.
Got it. All right.
Okay.
Zayli, I'm assuming you want to work with him.
Oh, yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so both of you you go ahead and pray, and you go ahead and just wrench whatever controls you can get to.
Now, are we adding the modifier, the really cool one?
If strength was the one that you added,
What's Dex? That's what I'm
Okay.
wondering.
so yeah, you can. Since you didn't increase strength, it's your regular athletics modifier is what you were using
Cool.
before. So
Okay, 12 for athletics.
okay, and Zayli?
19.
19. All right, so you sit there and you guys kind of stumble a little bit as you're going, but you're able to kind of point yourself in the right direction and start moving forward. Not quite as fast as you originally intended, but you're still going to get a little bit of a bonus to it. Tyrion. You're muted.
Sorry.
All we're seeing is...
Let's give the green turtle dragon disadvantage again.
You want to do it again? Okay, go ahead and intimidate the controls into working again.
Yes. Let's 15 plus 4 intimidation. 19.
Chat's telling a joke that it makes me sad.
All right, so that happens, and again, he seems to have disadvantage again. He decides to this time come around and swings with the giant tail behind the dragon turtle. I don't know if dragon turtles actually have tails, but this one does. And it actually has a spike on it that spins. It's really cool.
Great.
All right, and that's still going to suck with the fact that you actually... So it comes around, and it actually makes contact this time, but it gets blocked by the shield and still does a little bit of damage, but not a whole lot because I keep rolling my shit. Next up is Cadence, with a little bit extra power behind that sword this time.
A little extra power, you say?
Yeah.
Does that change anything to what I normally do?
No, you're still going to be... you don't get advantage on this roll because they didn't try and give you advantage. It's just going to do extra damage that I'm calculating in my head. So.
Cool. All right. Well, I got 21.
Yeah, 21. Okay, cool. So you bring it around and you draw it up and you do this really cool kind of strike from below, and it slashes. You can notice that the dragon turtle is just really, really damaged at this point. And but it's still upright and still acting. Paragueno, what would you like to do?
I mean, just make sure we don't get hit.
Gotcha. Again, you own the shield arm, so if you want to do something more creative than blocking things, you are more than welcome to attempt it.
You could hit something with it.
Can I lean the shield into it like a shoulder thrust of sorts?
And try and push him back, like maybe knock him prone, I guess?
That'd be great if I could do some damage. That'd be even better.
Pick one, damage or prone, whichever you prefer.
Well, he's already got disadvantage, so knocking him down would only give us all advantage, so let's go for some damage.
Go for it. Roll your acrobatics check.
25.
Unfortunately, that's not enough. Yeah, that's a massive success. So you sit there, instead of blocking things, you just thrust forward, and the beak of it actually hits him square in the chest, and he starts to spark and fly, and you notice that the glow in the eyes of this dragon turtle has started to flicker a little bit, to the point where you're fairly certain one more anything will probably end this rather quickly. All right. And next up is going to be Memnos and Zaylee. What do you guys want to do?
What do you think, Zaylee?
I don't know. We could
kick it.
I was going to say we could kick it.
Go for it. If you guys want to kick it, you guys will have to get the kick to get the kick to work. You guys are going to have to work together, because one of you is going to have to balance the entire weight of the Zordcon on you, and the other one will be attacking. So,
or why don't we run up to it and then leap and then push off of the.
So you want to do like a double,
Yeah, double plan.
Okay, cool. Because this one's a little bit more complicated. Oh, never mind, because he isn't prone. Because this one's a little bit more complicated, you guys are going to roll both of your checks with disadvantage.
Okay.
Because it requires a lot more coordination than you're used to thus far.
All right. Well, here goes.
You know that 20 I rolled earlier? Let's see if we can do that again.
Well, disadvantage gives me a whopping 7.
7? Okay. Zaylee?
17.
Oh,
17
wow.
with disadvantage. That's impressive.
Yeah, because I rolled really high.
So, you come and you kind of stumble, and Memnos, your leg isn't quite good enough to come up, but the other leg connects. You kind of do a flying side kick instead of like the double kick you were attempting for. But it's enough. You see, as it hits it, you see sparks fly. You see the little tiny Green Ranger on top kind of falter, and he falls off in this spectacular fashion.
Ooh, catch him.
Sure, if you want to catch him. Whoever, either Cadence or Paragueno, if you guys want to try and catch him, you can use a reaction to do that.
Don't worry, guys. I got a free hand.
Well, I just rolled a 27.
27. Okay.
Go ahead.
So you actually you kind of stow the sword and catch him very quickly before he hits the ground, and you guys again feel the feeling of magic, and you see this time you're actually fairly certain it's not an illusion. It looks like the witch Bandora has actually appeared in the sky, and she's pointing her staff at you. And she goes, "I can't believe you defeated my Dark Knights! I will end you!" And as she says this, you feel a power that you haven't felt yet. And you guys see that giant tube that was in the Chamber of Command, or the Center of Command, appear in the sky. And you notice that Zordwin is there, and you can just feel waves of power energy just flowing off of him. And he goes, "Bandora, your injustice has been felt long enough. I know this will be my end, but I shall no longer allow you to torment the people of this world. I shall end you." And you see the tube that's kind of containing him start to crack, and it eventually shatters, and you see these waves of energy rush off. As that happens, you notice that the power for your Zordcons is coming directly from him, and so they begin to shut down, and you all are transported out safely as your Zordcons kind of return to their slumber. You also notice that the Green Ranger has been kind of deposited next to you. But you see the Witch Bandora sitting there going, "No! No! Why would you be destroying my wickedness?" Ah! And she kind of explodes in this massive shower of light and sparks and things. And you notice after everything is over, the power from your belt bucklers seems to basically be running out, and the armor slowly kind of fades from existence. And you notice the creature that was in the armor, the Green Ranger armor, it slowly starts to fade away, and you notice that he's sitting there with another belt buckler. It's very similar to yours, and you guys recognize what looks like a little bit older, especially since it's only been a few weeks since it happened, but it looks like the kid that won Ricardo's fate actually was there. And somewhat like Cadence, when he transmuted, he grew in size. So he's laying there, and he's
I'm short again.
Yeah, you're short again, unfortunately. But you can light on Memnos again.
Hey, you're fun size. Fun size bar.
No comment.
So, what ends up happening is, afterwards, you guys are all kind of standing there, and you see this little kid whom you never actually learned his name, but you know he's Ricardo's son, and he starts to slowly wake up, and he kind of holds his head. He's like, What has happened to me? And he kind of looks at you guys, and he doesn't recognize Memnos at all, but he recognizes the rest of you. He's like, Why am I here?
A lot to explain, kid, but first thing, everybody give me your power coins. I can sell these.
Nope.
And hold mine closer.
Nobody.
Remarkably enough, and he just kind of sits, and he's like, "Coins of power? What?"
I grabbed his, actually, just to make sure that Peregrine doesn't take it.
Ha!
And you're able to. You notice that it takes a little bit of time to be able to. It takes a little effort to be able to get it out of the buckler, but it works. And you're sitting there holding it. You notice that the coins themselves don't seem to have any power left in them, but you can tell that they still have the ability to hold power. So they're kind of like spent batteries. But were you to find another sufficient source of power energy, they may one day have the ability to be recharged.
Like the sun?
No, it has to specifically be power energy, which is a type of energy that you've only ever encountered on this planet thus far.
They don't have any.
Let's go find it.
Yeah.
So you guys gonna do anything to Ricardo's kid? He's just sitting there.
I'm gonna look at the kid. I'm like, do you know how you got here?
Well, I was with father, and he turns to me and he says, Junior, I have met a wonderful, wonderful woman who has promised to give you a better life than I ever could. And you need to go with this woman. And then this crazy looking woman with spiky hair, and she had a big old stick. It was very weird. She told me to come with her, and then the next thing I know, I am sitting here.
Your dad's an asshole. Just come on.
But I need to find my father. Where are we? This does not look like Sigil.
We'll find your father for you. Just come with us.
This is not Sigil. We're in another place.
Saffron, what was it called? Saffron Orchard?
Seraphim.
Seraphim Orchard, yes.
All right, so you guys all kind of gather together. You look over as the sun sets over Seraphim Orchard. The city kind of hails you as heroes. But unfortunately, your victory has come at a great price, as Zordwin, it seems, is no longer a part of this world. And with him, the power energizing your belt bucklers of power has diminished. So you still have your port key, your random port key, but that is where we are going to end this adventure. Before we can go, though, we need a name for this team that has traveled together so far. So amongst you guys, choose a name for your team of adventurers.
New mighty mutant Power Rangers.
No.
Your next adventure may not have a theme involving power. Just saying, if this ever happens again. If you guys want to be, Mighty Mutant Power Rangers, it's fine.
I'm still just reeling from the loss of my Power Ranger stuff and the height and everything, and I'm
My
sad.
sister still believes that this is a thing now, that I can just go ahead and call upon my little rust animal,
Okay.
rust monster, and
So for a group name, maybe something that's kind of funny and parody-like, because we do a lot of parody-like things. I'm just throwing that out there, guys.
Yeah,
I need water because I have not drank in 3 hours.
I agree with that, but have no suggestions.
30 minutes later, we'll come up with a name.
All right, for those of you that would like to, if you follow me on Twitter, I'm at Trader Jody. After they tell me what their name is, I will tweet it out to everyone.
Or come up with them. Send us good tweets. Give us
Yeah,
a
if you
name.
guys have ideas, go ahead and
Give us
tweet.
something good, Warak. I'm looking at you.
Yeah, go ahead and
send
tweet me names for the group. They have given their blessing to accept a cool name from you guys. So again, that is the end of our incredibly silly show. I'd like to thank. I'd like to thank the amazingly awesome people that have helped me do this. If anyone wants to stalk you guys on the interwebs, or if you have things that you do outside of this, go ahead and let the viewers know. We will start with Mimnos, the amazing Gil.
Hey guys, my name is Gil Ramirez, and you can find me on Twitter at Gil the Logsmith, and I do blacksmithing. I'm an engineer, but I love to do blacksmithing, so anything metal, you can find me on Twitter, and I have a YouTube channel. So, the Logsmith.
All
I guess
right.
I'm next.
The illustrious Don Diego.
All right, I am Don Diego. Yeah, let's stop that for a second. I am Don Diego. You can find me on the internet, classy_Don. That's my Twitter, and that's a lot of the SEO I do. I have a hashtag Cocktails Podcast. You can find it on Podbean. You can find it on iTunes. I do music in a band called Morier. That's Morier. You find that at MorierBandcamp.com. Also do some fun stuff with Anonymous Matter and just other things on the internet. Find me there.
The amazing Ilea.
So I'm Green-Eyed Trombonist everywhere on the internet except Twitter, where I'm Green-Eyed T-Bone. Follow me for updates. I wrote a chapter for a book for the Pop Culture and Philosophy series, so I'll be tweeting out when that goes out. Look at Nerdy But Flirty for a lot of my articles, and I've started writing articles for another site. So yeah, just check my tweets for all that info.
All right. The I'm running out of adjectives. The exquisite R2. If anyone wants to find you in the interwebs.
I am R2S11 on Twitter. I stalk people on the internet. That's what my I don't have anything up on my channel yet. That's a work in progress. But yeah, I'm free for pretty much anything. Dungeons and Dragons. I play Magic the Gathering. I do a lot of things. So yeah, I'm like the standard player one.
And then the always increasingly more than mediocre
Yep.
Elias Thompson.
Yeah. Wow.
And I think, Elias, we're actually in the middle of something cool that you were doing currently.
I was gonna say, I'm at Elias Thompson everywhere on the internet. Do a show on my own Twitch channel, Twitch/Elias Thompson Minecraft Wednesday on Wednesday nights. Please tune in. But right now, we're actually in the middle, and I took a little bit of a break from it to do this. If you go to twitch.tv/MetroidHQ, if you like Metroid, or you just want to support me in a thing, or if you like giving to charity, we are doing a massive charity event called MHQ-thon, where we play every single Metroid game in order. It's winding down. We've got a few hours left. It's going to end some point tomorrow. And we are raising money for the Child's Play charity that helps give games and stuff to kids in hospice care who can't otherwise have normal childhoods. So head on over to that Twitch channel. If you'd be so kind, once you are done, that is twitch.tv/MetroidHQ again. And I'll be there, and it's going to be great.
And again, my name is Trainer Jody. Everywhere on the internets that I brag about, I am at Trainer Jody. I have a I have a personal YouTube channel, youtube.com/TrainerJody. The channel you are watching right now is the new All for Geek Alliance Twitch channel. We've only had it for a few months now, and thus far we've only done Dungeons and Dragons stuff on it. We have a new show that will be premiering hopefully next month. The show itself is called the Carillion Cantina. It's where me, Elias, and two other jokers get together, talk about Star Wars stuff, and then play and role play Star Wars: The Old Republic. It's a very unique thing. It's the first thing that we've seen where you have people playing an MMO and actually role playing their characters on camera. So check it out. Stay tuned to the All for Geek Alliance Twitch channel to find out when that stuff is happening.
We're all really excited about it.
Yeah, we've been working on it for months. We put a ton of work into it, so we're super hyped. The other thing, if you want to see more of me dungeon mastering, on my own personal Twitch channel, it's twitch.tv/TrainerJody. Every Tuesday night I do a thing called Streamy Streams with TJ, where I play video games. Once a month, I will be replacing that with a custom D&D campaign that I've created myself called The Kingdom of the Kale Isles. It'll happen, like I said, once a month, Tuesdays at 8 p.m. on twitch.tv/TrainerJody. This is actually a serious campaign. I've done a ton of work on it. I have 6 amazing role players that are going to join me. We're going to try and make it kind of similar to, Critical Role, only we can't be nearly as awesome as they are, ever, because we just can't. They're too awesome.
You're awesome in a different way.
We should
Thank
go
you.
ahead and drop their names as well. I mean, obviously, I have been playing D&D before Critical Role. But after watching Critical Role, I've been kind of stepping up my game as far as role playing, as far as just about everything in D&D related, and including outside of playing. And I just want to give them a shout out because they are ultimately what we aspire to be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to second that as well. I've gotten an active D&D group. You know, I was introduced to D&D because of good trainer Jody over here and these yearly tabletop day hangouts, but it wasn't until watching Critical Role where I had to go on the internet and find a group, and now I'm in a weekly group, and then also on SDCC, you know, I get the chance to meet them and give them my many thanks, and impromptu, I did my very first DM session at SDCC, 4 hours with
Wow.
guys on here. Elias, I had Elias on there, it was great.
I cheated
taught
on
it.
Jody with
You
Don.
guys should have texted me.
I'm sorry. It turned into me teaching one person how to play who'd never played, and then I'm like, well, you need a scenario, so I started giving him a scenario, and then Elias showed up, and he's like, well, I have a character, so he knows me a stat sheet. I nerf him to level 1, and then 2 more people show up who know how to play, and I'm like, I guess I throw them in the story, and now we're going. And, 4 hours later, there we are.
Very awesome. So yeah, we I think everybody here is a bit of a Critical Role fanboy. If you're not, you should be. So yeah,
I met them and they seemed cool.
They are. They're very, very cool people from what I've heard. If any of the crit rollers are actually, I did tweet at them. It's theoretically possible they might show up in chat. If you guys saw any of this, or if you're coming, this entire thing is going to be uploaded to the All Free Geek Alliance YouTube channel. So anyone that missed any of it, you can watch the entire thing. It will probably take 4.5 years to upload because it's a massive file, but I will be uploading it tonight. Yeah, if you guys are watching, this is, this renaissance of Dungeons and Dragons has a lot to do with you guys. You guys have really worked your asses off hard, and you've made some diehard fans, so thank you very much. So again, that is all for me. Thank you so much, everybody that came and chatted with us and watched the show. And, if you guys want more stuff like this, check out the All for Geek Alliance. Check out my personal channel. Feel free to subscribe if you want to see more crazy demented things that I do. So bye-bye, everybody. Bye.
Thanks for joining us.